Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here, and this is my playthrough from level 1 to season... Oh, oops. Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here, and this is my playthrough from level 1 to World Tier 4 for the Hurricane Druid. Now, we're gonna get into game right away. So this is, again, Season 4, Season of Loot Reborn. So the way this season works, there's no seasonal mechanic, we don't get any extra powers, and they've reworked the Hell Tides. So that's the much more common way of leveling right now, and they're going to be keeping that in the game. And before we go into the Hell Tides on this build for the Druid, I'm actually going to pick up a couple of aspects, and I'll talk about what they're going to be doing here in a second. So Shepherds is the really big one, which we can get from clearing Blood-Soaked Crag. Tempest is another one. This one can be gotten from Blind Burrows, so I'm just going to mark that too. Actually, wait, no, it's supposed to be like this. So now with the new season, you can actually mark aspects as favorite. So these are the ones that I need for this build. Well, I don't really need them, but I'll explain why I need them in a second. So all of these do extra damage, like multiplicative damage modifiers. And let's start off with Shepherd's Aspect here. Okay, Blood-Soaked Crag. So this one is first. This one is Blood-Soaked Crag. So we're going to go to Durandai, and then we're going to get Shepherd's Aspect. So the way the Druid works, a lot of people complain that Druid is the most annoying to level up with. And it is annoying in some ways, particularly their resource, Spirit, is arguably the most difficult to get since you actually have to hit monsters with it, or with your skills, in order to generate resource. And it doesn't regenerate over time unless you have aspects or modifiers on your gear. So that's going to be the toughest part about the Druid. But one of the things that the Druid does have is that it has actually a lot of damage. And it gets this damage from... Well, it has a number of skills, and I'm going to talk about that in a second before I walk into this dungeon. So I'm going to start off by putting some points into Maul. The reason I get Maul is because it has Fortify Generation on the Enhanced modifier. Then I can get a point into Fierce Maul. I'm going to get 1 point into Landslide, Enhanced, and Primal. Now, this is what I mean when I say that it does a lot of damage, or the Druid does a lot of damage. Later on, when I have to clear the Capstone dungeon bosses, I will be using Landslide to kill the bosses specifically, because this core skill doesn't have a lot of AoE, but it has guaranteed critical strikes with even more critical strike damage on it too. Once I get these things called Terror Motes, which are obtained from immobilizing enemies with, like, let's say, Poison Creeper. And then we have... Just trying to... There we go. So here's another thing too. So the Druid has a lot of multiplicative damage modifiers. Here's a good example of one, Wild Impulses. So my Landslide will cost more Spirit, but it'll do more damage. What we're going to be prioritizing is to try to max out as much of our multiplicative damage modifiers as possible. So here's a nice pack. I'm going to open the map, and I'm going to claim my renown rewards. This will kill everything around me because I level up, and then when I kill them, I level up again. And then I can get 1 more point into Landslide, and then 1 point into Poison Creeper. There we go. So now we're level 4. I can get a point into Wolves now. I almost have all the skills I need, and then I can talk more about the reasoning behind how I'm going to be playing this character. Before I go any further, I wanted to ask, or I've been meaning to ask, some of you who actually do watch these playthroughs, if you've made it to this point, I would appreciate if you, well, it would be nice to know whether you prefer the gameplay with or without commentary. Because I'm doing this commentary so that players can get an insight into the reasoning behind like why I'm putting, well, why I'm doing what I'm doing. It's not to say like I'm like an amazing player or anything like that. It's just that I do take some time to at least plan out how I'm going to play the character. I do some theory crafting and kind of have to talk about why I'm doing some of the things that I am, or at least I feel like I have to. And I feel like it's important, but if other people would just prefer gameplay without commentary, then I can do that too. That's actually easier for me. So, yeah. So here's the premise of the build, right? It is supposed to be a Hurricane build, but I don't unlock Hurricane until 2 levels from now. So in the meantime, I'm going to use my companion skills to try and clear the monsters. Wolves are great for single target. Poison Creeper has a long cooldown, but it's great for... It does a lot of damage, and it's got good AoE. Now... Alright. Slay the Hell Drinker. Yeah, see? It's already almost on there. Okay, cool. And level up. I got a staff. I prefer two-handed weapons. So, yeah, it's hard to go over every single thing, but... yeah, that's basically how the skill tree works for this guy. As we go on later on in the skill tree, we're going to unlock more multiplicative damage modifiers and other, like this one, for example, Defiance. Nature magic skills deal 4% increased damage to elites, so things like Hurricane and the core skill Landslide. That'll be very useful. So the reason why we're here in Blood-Soaked Crag rather than Helltides is because we want to unlock all the aspects that we need right away. Now, if we already have these aspects, like if this is, let's say, your second Druid, or maybe you salvaged some of these aspects previously, then you don't actually need to do this. You can just go straight into Helltide. But the reason why I'm here is that I don't have access to Shepherd's aspect. And this is, well, I don't have access to a lot of the aspects I need for this build, this Druid build. So I'm kind of trying to go over this to show you kind of what it's like. Yeah, I kind of like doing these cursed shrines, like if I see them, because there's a lot of monsters that show up. Very easy XP. Also gives me time to talk a little bit. So, the reason I like to do the aspects first is just so that I have them ready, like later on. Like, personally, I would... Well, yeah, I just like having them available so that I can imprint them whenever I want, because the imprinting costs at the Occultist are so cheap now compared to what they used to be, that it's actually not difficult at all to have all of your equipment imprinted if you want. Like, see, here's a nice rare weapon that I could imprint something onto already. But, so I'm going to talk about the significance of this aspect, the one that I'm getting. I mean, it's just the damage aspect, but this one is actually like the most broken aspect, I think, for Druid.
I'm not ready yet.
Um, and what it does is that it increases your core skill damage,
I'm not ready yet.
which if, well, no, wait. I'll just pull it up. It's much easier that way. So core and wrath skills deal more damage per companion I have. So the reason I have these companions, like the last time I did a playthrough for Druid, it was a pure companion Druid, but this aspect, Shepherd's aspect, is crazy strong in the sense that, like right now I have one, uh, wait, no, let's do it in reverse. So I have I have 3 ravens because of this passive. I have 2 wolves because, well, wolves innately start off as 2 of them. And then I have 1 poison creeper. Now, if I get lucky and I find Shepherd's aspect... Wait, no, this is Shepherd's aspect. I mean, aspect of the Stampede. I always get those mixed up. If I get aspect of the Stampede, I get more companions. But for now, I have 6 companions. So each of these, if I get this aspect, each of these boosts my Core and Wrath skill damage by 5%. And then later on I can get
I'm not
higher
ready
rolls
yet.
even. But here's the other thing too. If I put this in a 2-hander, I double that bonus. So then each of these companions will end up
I want
giving
your
me
spirit.
10% at a minimum extra damage. As long as it's imprinted on a 2-hander, which
I'm
is what
not
I'm looking
ready
for
yet.
right now. But yeah, that's why don't go into Hell Tides right away, or why I'm not going into Hell Tides right away right now. I want to prioritize getting
I'm
this
not
aspect
ready
first
yet.
at a bare minimum. But there's, like, if I'm picking up one aspect, I might as well just go pick up some of the other ones too, that'll boost damage to the point where when I go take on the Curator and Elias, the fight's going to be a joke. Especially because they changed the game so much to the point where there's now tempering, and that gives just a stupid amount of
I
damage.
must wait a moment.
Well, yeah, it gives a pretty ridiculous amount of damage, let's just say. Um, and that damage is additive, and this damage is multiplicative from the aspects. So, uh, overall, it just means that you're going to be killing everything really, really fast. Oh yeah, right. I think at this point I can get a Hurricane. I was too busy talking, that's why I, didn't get it up until now. So that's my bad, but it's all good. Yep.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh. Okay, so now we have Shepherd's Aspect. That's good. I don't... hold on a second. So the next aspect I need would be... aspect of... I think aspect of the Tempest would be nice. One second. Let me just try and remember. Yeah, no, it's aspect of the Tempest. So I've unlocked Hurricane now, which is great. I can put that on like real quick. So we're gonna get aspect of the Tempest. I just need to pin it here. Is it showing up on the map? Or oh, I guess I gotta leave first before I yeah, I gotta leave the dungeon first before I try to pin anything. Also, since I actually ran the dungeon, so that unlocks the occultist. Because
I
this is
must
a
wait a
thing
moment.
about... Well, yeah, this is the thing about the occultist. The occultist normally gets unlocked at level 25, but you can unlock it earlier if you clear a dungeon that gives you an aspect that you don't already have. So let's get Shepherd's aspect here. So yeah, see, like, look at that. The imprint cost is negligible. In fact, like, we have... Let me just make sure that all of my gear is set up nicely. Okay, so if I go to the blacksmith, actually, and I
I must
salvage
wait a
everything,
moment.
you'll notice that, okay, well, I didn't get any veiled crystals there. I didn't get any, that's because I didn't have any rare items to salvage. Those are the yellows. I mean, I have some rares, but I'm using them. But, I mean, we have some materials, so we'll use it here. I mean, you don't have to do this, but I'll do it just to show you what it would look like. So now we have this thing. It gives willpower, gives some life on hit. One of the things that I'm also going to do is I'm going to try to enchant it. You see the enchant cost doesn't even cost that much either. Again, this is optional, but I just want to show this. Oh, okay, damage. Sure, why not? If you don't have, like, if this is like your first character, you don't have any gold, you don't have any materials, you can skip this step, but this is like my 4th character that I'm running. I already did Conjuration Sorcerer, Minion Necromancer, and Whirlwind Barb. I'm not exactly proud of the Whirlwind Barb, but I learned a lot from that playthrough. Learned a lot from all of them, but last, like the Whirlwind Barb in particular, was probably the most important one, because I realized while running it that I don't actually... I do these playthroughs World Tier 1, or wait, no, Level 1 to World Tier 4, right? But you don't need to get to level 50 anymore, because they've scaled the items to be a lot better than what they used to be, and you can unlock secret items at level 50, so... I took all this time to do the renown rewards, but I didn't even... Yeah, like, I took all this time to do these renown rewards, but it's not even, like, necessary for clearing Elias anymore. Yeah, and the reason I talk about clearing Elias, which is the boss for the 2nd capstone dungeon, that's the one that you do in World Tier 3 to get into World Tier 4, right? The reason I talk about clearing Elias, like, there's a lot of endgame stuff after. There's, like, Pit and whatnot, but I like to cover the leveling process, because there's a lot of players out there who might want to learn, like, might want to try, like, let's say a Druid or something, and then they realize, like, oh, I don't... Oh, hello there, Adam. Um, yeah, nice to meet you.
I'm
How's it
not
going?
ready yet.
But, yeah, I'm also streaming this live right now for those of you who are watching the... I'm gonna probably upload this as a YouTube video, so... So yeah, now you can see we have a Hurricane. It doesn't do that much damage yet, but
I must
later on it'll... Well, I mean, yeah, it actually clears a lot of the stragglers, at least. Yeah, so Hurricane's great for clearing stragglers, and then I just use...
I'm not ready yet.
I use Landslide for everything else. So yeah, see, these spiders will die, and then now the wolves... just a lot of AoE. So you run, if you see a pack, then... Well, okay, all my skills are on cooldown now, but... kind of a weird
I
rotation.
must wait a moment.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for my skills to come off cooldown, and then I'm gonna show here kind of how it works. So first thing is, I have Maul because it gives Fortify, so that's kind of the given. So then I Poison Creeper, all the monsters. I'll Raven, and then I'll throw Wolves, and that kills that guy pretty quickly. Now, if the monsters are still alive, then I would also use Landslide. What was that just dropped? Oh, okay, nice. Rare ring. Rare ring. Plus 15% damage, too. So, and Spirit on Kill. Those are exactly the modifiers I'm looking for, funny enough. But okay, so here's... So I'll open up with Hurricane, right? The problem with Hurricane is it only lasts for 8 seconds. And it does... It only lasts for 8 seconds, and it has like a 20-second cooldown. So like later on, you would want to like get things that give a bunch of cooldown reduction, but again, the way that we're trying to use this build, if Hurricane is on cooldown, then we use our other skills to kind of compensate for the damage so that we're not getting slowed down. We just pop... a lot of these skills are just fire and forget, so... We Poison Creeper. Okay, Landslide I actively have to target, be there for. But yeah, here, I got Hurricane again. I'm just running past everything. In the past, one of the quickest ways to level was actually using
I'm not
rabies
ready yet.
in Domain tunnels, but I think now that Hell Tides are more meta, I think that this isn't too bad. Trying to use all the AoE skills instead. Yeah, so again, I have an aspect on this, but otherwise, if I didn't have an aspect,
I must wait a
or,
moment.
well, yeah, if you don't have the materials to have imprinted anything, or if you just didn't imprint it, because you don't need to imprint on every single item you get. I was just showing it off. But yeah, you would always just keep subbing out your gear for gear with more
I
item
must wait
power,
a
of
moment.
course. Sure, just I tried your Twitch link and it's not working. Oh! Oh yeah, it's because uh it's probably because I
I'm
changed
not
the
ready yet.
adjusted the title. Or I changed my name on Twitch since everyone kept calling me the wrong thing. Like I'm supposed to be called Inventor, but since well, the name people would call me was actually
I must wait
Invento.
a moment.
And yeah, that's not quite right. So yeah, not too bad. It's not as quick as Hell Tides in terms of leveling, but in the long run, this will actually be a lot better because then when I fight Elias, I can clear him like much earlier on like level 35 rather than like if I don't get any aspects that I need. And like infested villagers, ugh, I hate this dungeon.
I'm not
Run in
ready
circles.
yet.
But yeah, uh, like later on, these aspects will be much more helpful in the
I'm
long
not
run,
ready yet.
uh, so that I can guarantee that I can kill like Elias and other, well, the Curator and Elias, which are the
I'm not
Capstone
ready
dungeon
yet.
bosses. I'll just call them Capstone bosses. I think that's just easier. Alright, so my thing's on cooldown, so this is a job for Poison Creeper. Now there's a Lethal Shrine. There's another pack, I can Raven that. Now, uh, yep, I'm just gonna skip that, I don't really think I need it. All my stuff's on cooldown, so now I can landslide. And again, this Fortify is great. Half the damage goes to Fortify, which helps me a lot, or helps me stay alive a lot. Um, I'm just gonna dump some more points into Hurricane. That's probably why it doesn't do as
I
much
must
damage as
wait
it
a
should.
moment.
Okay, thanks, this link word. Hey, Madam Web Movie. Nice, nice, good name. Fix your YouTube channel links. Yo, I appreciate that. I will
I'm not
remember to do
ready
that. I'll have to
yet.
do that after the stream, but well, I could adjust it now, but I want to. Well, I want to finish this playthrough.
I must wait a moment.
But yeah, I hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for stopping by to say hello here. It does mean quite a bit to me, even if I'm in the middle of kind of going through
I must
exactly
wait
what it
a
is I'm
moment.
trying to do in Diablo 4. I think you're more of a Warzone player, right?
I'm not
I
ready
remember.
yet.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, keep streaming. Fix it later. Okay, yeah, we'll do. We'll do. Okay, so I'm gonna keep commentating. Like maybe we can talk a little bit more later.
I'm
I don't
not
know how long
ready
you're
yet.
staying for though. But again, it's good to see you. So yeah, we're gonna make it into the end of Plague Tunnels here, and or the end of this dungeon, Blind Burrows.
I'm
And I
not
think
ready
this is
yet.
the boss, and then I'm gonna be level 13. I'll do one more aspect after this, and then I think it'll be time to do the. Look how much damage that is. Uh, then it'll be time to do the Druid class-specific quest. Anyway, yeah, you can see everything's on cooldown, but he's already half-life. So that's that. Like, this is before I have any aspects, but later it'll be a lot better. Also, it's great having these wolves because they soak up so much damage for me too, which is
I
great.
must wait a moment.
Okay, yeah, not very. Nah, I play League. Oh, oh, okay, my bad. I might be mistaking you for. Oh wait, no, you're just joshing me, aren't you? Ah. Anyway, okay. Yeah, let's back out here and go... Okay, so world bosses... Oh yeah, Legion events. So in the past, I used to be a very strong advocate for running Legion events whenever they're available, but this one is locked behind Crusader's Monument Stronghold anyway. But even if it wasn't, I still wouldn't run Legion events. I just don't think that they're... Well, they might be nice as a change of pace, but I don't even think that they're as good as Hell Tides. Yeah, like you're probably gonna get more XP, and it's more likely that you'll get items in Hell Tides. Like, I don't know what it is with Legion events, but I remember there was one Legion event I ran that was bugged, and I couldn't get the rewards for it. And then there was another, well, I mean, we couldn't kill one of the bosses for it, rather. And then also, some of the Legion events give me horrible rewards. Like, for some reason, I remember there was one Legion event, I think each of the chests just dropped one blue item. And yeah, that was not a good feeling. So, yeah, Aspect of Retaliation. I'm going to go for that next. And the reasoning behind Aspect of Retaliation is that we have Maul, and Maul keeps us pretty much at max Fortify, as long as I actually pay attention to that. And so this is going to be like a free,
I need more time.
well, 15% damage, too. Okay. There's also a treasure goblin here, so let's kill that.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, I missed. There we are. Laborer's Hammer. Still no... I'm still looking for the,
I'm not ready yet.
I'm still looking for a rare two-hander. Ideally, this is what we would want. I mean, I could have also uh, imprinted that aspect I got into my rings, I realize, but that's okay. I'll just imprint this aspect and previous one, because like my hurricane damage is fine right now, I think. Yeah, like, look at that. It just... Well, okay, these ones are surviving, but that's because one of them has like a shield for some reason. Or a barrier. There's Tunic. Right, right. Have you ever seen the Madam Web movie? No, but I've heard some great things about it. That's for sure. Okay, so skills have cost no resource and have reduced cooldown. So this is actually perfect for Hurricane. I love these resource or no channeling shrines because they make it so that you don't have any. Well, yeah, it just makes everything smoother. Like this is easily my favorite shrine. So yeah, now I just permanently have Hurricane up. Ideally, later on as you get more items, like this is what it would look like. Like you'd have Hurricane up a lot more often, but so early on, um,
I'm not
yeah, you don't
ready
quite have that luxury. It's probably top 3 movies of all time, right next to my all-time favorite, Morbius. Yeah, man, Madam Web was a great. I mean, yeah, I've heard people say nothing but the greatest things about it. You know, I mean, I've never heard anyone diss that movie. It's just that good, clearly. Okay. Okay. I mean, this chest isn't producing as many monsters as the last one I was doing, but still, I'll do it. Why not? Alright, there we are. I've been very sloppy about managing my cooldowns and my life pool. Yeah. Okay, so this is me clearing these monsters. So now I'm gonna talk about... Well, I mean, I think I've already covered like what each of the aspects do. So like, the one that I'm trying... Like, I haven't memorized the names yet. Like, this is like a relatively new build for me. This is just something I theory crafted, but I'm pretty confident it can do what I need it to do. Right. There we go. Resplendent chest. Okay, there. This chest was actually worth it to do because now I get this two-hander, and then later I'm going to imprint the other thing onto it. Pulverize, and yeah, okay, great.
I'm not ready.
Slay all enemies in the secluded grotto. Yeah, let's just finish this up real quick. Oh yeah, I think that unlocks the next area. I hope I don't have to kill every individual monster on this side. That would be annoying. I want them all to teleport over. Alright, there we are. I'm so glad that they made that change so that we don't have to chase down all of them. There we are. Travel to Murky
I must
Depths.
wait a moment.
Yeah, so what exactly is it about the Madam Web movie that makes you enjoy it so much? Like, now I'm intrigued. I would like to know. I'd like to learn more about what the meta movies are these days and why people love
I
them
must
so.
wait a moment.
Yeah, so we basically just Poison Creeper and then we keep running. If you see a boss, then I can throw my wolves at them, demolish her. This one's even better than the previous one. Do Spirit on kill, max life.
I must wait a moment.
Yeah, just it's very tempting to keep this one because it's got plus damage, but I'm just gonna like now that I'm level 15, I'm going to just start using the imprints. So these plus damage modifiers are just not even that worthwhile anymore.
I must
Well, at
wait
least
a
after this run. And then also I get resource cost reduction on this, but I'm gonna roll that one off, I think. What's my life at? Uh,
We get separated.
no, I'm gonna skip this event. These are...
Friends,
Well, actually, this...
I won't last on my own.
I think I get a pretty decent amount of XP out of this one because it's multiple waves.
Is there no end?
Oh, yeah, unfortunately my cooldowns are going on. There we are. Okay, my Hurricane's coming up in a second. Yeah, I mean, there is some downtime between my casts, but it's not bad. Um, like, usually I would cast and then I would run. This is probably a bit slower relative
I must
to
wait a moment.
if I were to, run and do other stuff, but it's okay. I take a lot of damage. Is it because I don't have enough armor? Or, oh, no, wait, it's just a type of monsters. These are very dangerous monsters. I think that the only reason I've lived as long as I have so far is because of the,
Without you,
is because I have Fortify. But these guys
I
hurt.
think I can manage from here.
Oh yeah, I'm like maxed out on obols. I should probably buy
Take this.
a bunch later.
I'm not ready.
But give me items. That's nice. I'm gonna avoid using obols though, because, I wanted to... Well, yeah, normally, no, I should use obols. It just so happens that I maxed out and forgot to get rid of them, so... Okay.
I'm not ready.
Maybe I'll just buy a bunch, I'll salvage it, and then that way... I don't even think I'm going to be getting that many obols. That's fine. I'm just going to pretend that gambling doesn't exist for this run, I guess. Madam Webb saying, I think actress Sydney Sweeney personality is just so likable. She also has great chemistry with her co-stars. So two very big reasons to like the movie. Wow, okay. Well, that's alright, not sure what to say about that one. Yeah, that's,
I'm not ready yet.
I guess, as good a reason as any other to watch such movies. Alright, there we go. Event complete, cursed well. So where is destroy the corpse pile? Oh man, this dungeon's still going. I realize. Okay, let's just get this over with. Although I think just this alone, I'd probably make it to level, I don't, maybe not 25, but pretty close.
I'm not
Dakota
ready yet.
Johnson's acting is so good comparable to Kristen Stewart's performance. on the So your three favorite movies, quite a lovely roster. I'm sure that a lot of film enthusiasts would love to back you up on this. Your three favorite movies are Morbius, followed by Madam Web, and then Twilight. I mean, hey, you have. I think a lot of people would say that you have amazing tastes
I
in
must wait
films.
a moment.
Just a feeling. That's wonderful. Okay. It's
I cannot
Kingmaker.
hurry anymore.
Yeah, I forgot to salvage, I think, on the last run. Oh, okay, this one gives damage. I can take that. It's not a big deal.
I must wait a moment.
There we are. Okay. I think I have good taste too. Dialogue is top tier in all of these movies. Um, yeah, I don't. Again, I don't doubt that. Yep, there's plenty
I
of
must wait a moment.
people who have said that. Oh wow, 1,000 damage almost. Yeah, that dialogue is a very strong suit in these films. Again, I wish I had as good of movie tastes as you did, but I'm
I'm not ready yet.
not really big on watching movies recently. I've been spending a lot more time gaming. Again, nothing but the best movies, you know, like that I'm hearing right now. Like forget like No Country for Old Men or like The Godfather. No, no, Madam Web is where it's at, of course. All right. Well, actually, wait. Why am I even bothering to kill these? I don't need to. Just keep
I'm
going.
not ready yet.
I'm also playing like very mindlessly. Like I think I should have been done this like a long time ago. This dungeon in particular, I should have just went and
I must wait a moment.
I don't need to kill all of these monsters really. I should honestly just finish the dungeon by going through like pushing right to the end and then I mean like the mob density is pretty decent here at least. But yeah, I could have just skipped right to the end and then done the Druid quest and then gone in like Hell Tides. Well, actually, I'm still missing one. I am still missing one of the aspects that I need, so I'm gonna grab that. But I'm gonna do the Druid class specific quest first, or actually, no. I'm gonna wait until I'm actually going to wait until I get some more Druidic Spirit offerings before I go to Turdulra. That'll save me one trip, I think, because I'm lazy. Normally I would just do it right away, but I mean I already have this anyway. Aspect of the Expectant. So yeah, right. I'm gonna go back to Kiovashad and I'm gonna start salvaging, imprinting, and then I'm also gonna temper. I'm gonna show that. Never heard of The Godfather. Yeah, okay. Madam Web movies. Sorry, this is just those of you who are confused on the video. Yeah, I'm like talking to somebody on my Twitch stream, and apparently he's got some very peculiar movie tastes. Have you heard of Cats? Oh yeah, I saw Cats. That one actually seems like a kind of a fun movie. I don't expect it to be good, but it does look kind of fun. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to just sub out items for other items. This one gives more damage. Like, I think willpower is more important, though. Willpower, max life. Okay, well, here's a nice upgrade. Get rid of this. Okay. This is the only one I'm not so sure about. So I'm going to salvage everything, except for the ring. And you see, I got 15 Veiled Crystals, so now I can, like, imprint as much as I want. Like, and temper. Speaking of tempering, you see this? Natural finesse, right? I'm level 15. Earlier it didn't show up because I wasn't level 15, but now that I've passed level 15, I'm level 17, now about to hit 18. I can pick up this recipe, natural finesse. It gives a bunch of damage on the items that, well, can afford it. And what's the resource cost for this? Or like material cost, whatever it's called. Yeah, what's the material cost? You see, it's like almost negligible. Um, yeah. So damage to crowd control, like that's insane, but well, not even insane, but like, there we go, damage to close. Yeah, I'm looking for damage to close for my Hurricane. So just this item alone gives me now 145% damage to close enemies. And then yeah, you can do this with all of your gear. But okay, I'm gonna stop there because yeah, normally I would only do this before I take on the capstone dungeon, just to save materials. Except for like, I guess the weapon. The weapon itself, I would temper. Well, actually, no. It would probably be like the gloves or the rings, whichever one I would expect to carry with me in the capstone dungeon. So like, in this case, willpower is probably more valuable. Like 25 willpower is quite a bit actually, because like here I can get like 15% damage, but in comparison to getting like 145% damage, that's like pretty negligible. But yeah, willpower is a lot more valuable to me in this case. So like this is a ring that I might consider imprinting onto because I wouldn't expect to sub this out by the time I do the capstone dungeon. Okay. Yeah. Now, occultist. Yeah, Codex of Power. Again, shepherds. So early on, tempering is actually more like early on is in before you hit the capstone dungeon. Okay, well, here's the thing though. You would actually need some baleful fragments now for some of these items, which you might not have access to that, but uh yeah, like I think it's before 200 item power, you don't really need the unique for it or something like that. But yeah, so aspect of the Tempest, let's put that on my gloves, I guess. Wait, no, actually. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. And then Amulet. Does this one need? Yeah, this one would need abstruse sigils, so yeah, probably. I might have to consider this for the future. Maybe the play is to just have items with less than 200 item power, so you don't actually need all those materials. Anyway, I'll just throw that on though, especially since yeah, I didn't find any legendaries yet, so normally I wouldn't be able to imprint, but yeah, I mean, I can just do it here. Might as well. Shepherds, sure, might as well. And you can actually see how much damage this guy can do after. Yeah, and we're missing one aspect, I think, which is aspect of the expectant. So yeah, tempering is probably just better. With that in mind. Oh, okay. Oh, I need to conquer Turdulra anyway. Okay, well this is perfect. This is actually perfect. Right, so now we're coming up on the first hour. And again, this is like, I'm actually taking this pretty chill. Uh, when I did the minion necro, like the thing is, it was way easier to play. Well, it's obviously stronger, and to the point where
I need more time.
I want to say it's like, yeah, well, I mean, let's just say it's stronger, right? Yeah, minion necro is much stronger overall, and it's much more AFKable. Minion necro has always been just more AFKable because, you know, you just run around and let monsters kill everything for you.
Place is in ruins. Here, hatred burns eternal.
Okay.
What's going on?
So while the flashback goes on, I can
A memory.
kind of discuss this build here. So yeah, Minion Necro is much more AFKable, so I was able to do it more quickly, but then this build actively requires me to use skills in a very specific order, I would say. Uh, or like given specific situations. Like 3 of them are AoE, one of them is for good single target, and this is meant for Fortify, of course. Okay, here we are. So here's a pack. I just need to Poison Creeper them. And why do I run so fast when... Oh, I thought that these were actual monsters to hit. There we are. Oh yeah, I got 6 points. I totally forgot to start dumping them in. Yeah, enemies affected by hurricane deal 20% less damage. That's nice. Hurricane, I vulnerable can be useful too, but I just prefer the problem with natural hurricane. It's only got a 15% chance, so I can't really guarantee that vulnerable will go on the monsters. But savage hurricane is nice though. Or I
I'm
can't
not
guarantee
ready
that
yet.
vulnerable will show up when I need it to. But having monsters do 20% less damage always
Forsaken,
is
forgotten.
quite valuable. And then I think I dumped the rest of my points into here. Wait, no, that's not right. It should actually be this one. Clarity. After casting a companion skill, my next skill, well, yeah, my next Core Wrath skill will do a lot more damage. So keep in mind these companions don't do as much damage, but if this were like if I actually put more points into it, if I geared up for it a little bit better, then yeah, probably they would do a lot more damage. Hey, Kyle Zimmerman. Hey, welcome to the
I must
welcome to my
make
channel,
my
my dude.
point.
Um, hey, I really appreciate that. You just found my videos and you've been enjoying them, huh?
I'm not ready
Yeah,
yet.
no, that's amazing. Like I've been putting out these videos for some time, and I mean, if people like, honestly, I was kind of tempted to stop making them. But yeah, just recently, there's been a lot more people that have shown up and been like, yeah, okay, yeah, people actually watch them, so
I'm not
it feels like
ready
there's
yet.
actually a reason for me to keep making
My
these.
blood, my
Um,
strength.
so this one I'm doing a druid playthrough because like I already did one for sorcerer, which I call Sork for short. So there's the Sork, there's the
Your efforts are
Necro, of course,
futile.
and then there's the
You
Barbarian.
will join them in
I've done all three of them already. So that leaves two. It's just Druid and Rogue. So Rogue's going to be the most difficult one for me to do because I'm actually the least familiar with Rogue by far. I've played a decent bit of... Well, I played a good amount of like Sork and Druid and Necro at this point. But I haven't actually played Barbarian that much, but I still played it more than Rogue. And then, of course, there's Rogue, which I played a lot less than all of the other characters. But yeah, Kyle, out of curiosity, which video did you find my, um, well, did you find me from? Because I've been wondering about this. Like, yeah, I had like no views for a while, and then all of a sudden, yeah, just like more and more people just started showing up, and like these playthroughs, I just did them. I threw on like the level 1 to world tier 4 playthrough for fun, and then yeah, more people actually started watching them, and I was very surprised by that. Maybe part of the reason why is that I've gotten better at the game too over the last 2 seasons. I mean, that's just kind of a given. Maybe like better in the sense that I know a lot more about the game now than I used to.
now feed the
So
flames.
that's pretty
You
nice.
who is touched by hatred.
Keep making videos for sure. Yo, thanks, man. There's a oh, this bug still exists where the monsters can go invulnerable. Oh yeah, my fortify's not really. Yeah, I don't really have that much fortify up right now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, well. Oh, I think I see what the problem here is. I haven't, yeah, I'm supposed to use Poison Creeper. Like, the way this build works, like, I'm supposed to use Poison Creeper to immobilize enemies so that I can get the Terror Mote, and then it guarantees the Landslide does crit. And now that I have... Oh, I don't have Aspect of the Expectant. Oh, that's what was missing. But, yeah, like, this thing boosts my damage by a lot. This thing boost my damage by how much fortify I have. In the previous, like earlier, I didn't. This entire run, I pretty much had no fortify. The reason I didn't have any fortify is because, um, I was basically using the horse to get from pack to pack, so I don't even need
I'm
it.
not ready yet.
You think the commentary adds a lot? Yo, thanks. Okay. I again, like I've said this a few times already, but well, yeah, that's really good to know. That's really important information for me because like I was like doing this with no commentary for ages, right? And I was actually saying this like earlier. I don't know if you were here for that though, but
I
I've been
must
doing
get
no
my
commentary for ages because it's nice and chill, and I prefer no commentary because then I can just focus on the gameplay, right? But There might be people who watch and they're like, well, okay, why is this inventor guy
You've healed this
doing,
They don't go.
like, why am I don't know, just trying to think of like a good example. Like, why am I taking off teleport from my skill bar when I'm playing the sorcerer? As like a, just as an example, right? Okay, give me a second. Okay, it's over here. So this is, yeah, it's gonna take me some time to travel there. Probably go to Karagar first, and then I'll run over. I hate the Druid specific quest, honestly. It's like a three-parter. You have to do a stronghold, then you have to go talk to this that like stag, and then you go and free him. So like you have to go to like 3 different locations, and yeah, like it involves clearing a stronghold. So it I think takes longer than all of the other. Okay, I'm gonna skip conduit. That's just gonna slow me down. I'll kill this back on the way in though, and then I'll keep running. Yeah. So yeah, it's like a three-parter. So doing the class-specific quest, like you have to do it for the character always anyway, but it's like slower than all the other ones. Like Sorcerer is so easy. You just go into Lost Archives, you get the book, which sometimes will spawn close to the start, and then you just go and kill the thing. Minion Necro is the same, just 2 objectives, and it's pretty quick. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to know that the commentary adds a lot because I don't want to take all this time to do this commentary and then like people don't even care about it, right? Like that would be then at that point, like, why am I bothering to do this? Spirit Lord Altar. There we go. Oh, there's a level 51 druid here doing the same thing as myself. Yeah, I notice a lot of people like to go bear and do like pulverize, but I don't really consider pulverize to be that good. Wait, what? This one, commune with the Spirit Lord. Oh yeah, okay, so let me talk to this guy. Okay, y'all are gonna have to excuse me. I just need to. I'm just gonna skip past the dialogue. I've done this so many times. I'm so uninterested in hearing this for like the 6th time. Um, here's a big pack. Notice I just throw the thing and then. Oh, cool. There's somebody already here. Doing the same thing. Oh wow, 3 of us here. Yeah, this is like the one upside, I guess, to doing this class-specific quest. I can actually see other people when I do it, but this is like the first time this has happened. Right. So yeah. So sometimes there's like moments where, oh, why is this guy like taking off items? Why is he using this specific elixir, all that. And because of that, I don't want to I don't want there to be as much guesswork, I guess, of like why I'm doing some of these things. I want people to just know. Uh yeah. And I can talk about like a lot of different things too, which are nice. Just food for thought for anyone who really cares. Like I like to talk about game balance quite a bit. I like to complain more specifically about game balance quite a bit. I could talk about like I can teach people a thing or two about the game, which is nice. Like like oh, go here for this specific thing, like blacksmith's lockbox. I don't know how many people know that you can unlock that recipe at like level 15. So it's very huge boost. By the way, Kyle Zimmerman, I don't want to keep you waiting too long here, so I'm gonna link you just in case.
Too long.
Oh, wait, let me just skip past this dialogue. So, I'm gonna link you to my Twitch chat real quick. The reason why is just in case the I don't know how delayed it is, but YouTube usually has like a much longer delay for talking as compared to Twitch. Like Twitch is just real time, or pretty much real time. So if you don't want to wait like a while for a reply, I don't know how long the responses that I've been giving to you, like how long those are delayed by. So you just got the game, and I'm one who enjoys watching content around games I play. There's a lot to learn. The commentary helps me learn, I guess. Okay, you are well spoken. It's enjoyable to listen. Hey, thank you very much. Like yeah, that's nice to know. It really is. Um, oh wow, this is fantastic. This has life and armor. Sorry, I'll go back to talking with you in a second, but I have to Well, actually, I'm gonna finish what I was talking about first, and I'll talk about my gear, because this is important. Okay, sure thing. Yeah, yeah. Okay, it sounds to me like the delay's not that bad if you're replying like 30 seconds later. But I'm just letting you know. Yeah, you're free to hang wherever. But yeah, no, I'm glad you feel that way about my content, that I'm well spoken, but also that you've learned quite a bit, because there's a lot to learn about the game for sure. Like I remember when I first started, and a lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, like the game is so easy," and I'm like, "Well, actually, there's a lot of things I don't know." But as time's gone on, I'm like, "Okay, so this is why some things work the way they do," and I feel like when I tried to read it in other spots, they didn't explain it too well. So now it's time for me to try my hand at it. Or like people who make these like all of this end game content stuff, like, oh yeah, here's a guide on how to do pit 200. But then like, people such as myself who just started playing the game might have been more interested in learning how to get like 1 to 50. Which is kind of what I'm trying to target. Or like 1 to World Tier 4 specifically. I was gonna say 1 to 50, but the thing is like 1 to 50 is like a thing of the past, I feel like, because at this point, you can get to World Tier 4 at level 35 and then just spam Hell Tides to 100. And that's basically. And then once you reach like 100, you would start leveling your glyphs and then run Pit and the Uber bosses and Uber bosses. And that's the, I guess you could say, real endgame. So, okay, that's enough talk though. I've commentated enough here. What's next here? So, right, I'm supposed to. Uh, I have 57 Druidic Spirit offerings. And the really big one that I need right now is the... Wait a second. For Snake, I need to unlock all of them at once. Oh, that's annoying. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna be real here. Like, let me show this. Yeah, I'll say the Eagle Spirit, right? Like the way... Okay, so I don't know how familiar you are with Druid, Kyle, but this is not just for... Hey, this is Kyle Z. Hello, Hoodie on. Yeah, I'm gonna refer to you as Hoodie from now on to make things easier, if that's okay with you. So, Hoodie, um, well, not just Hoodie, but anybody else who's listening. So, in order to do the Snake Spirit, I have to get 100 Spirit Boons. And it doesn't even show me what each of the boons do. But there is one boon in particular that I want from the spirit from the snake, and it's the first one, which gives every 20th kill guarantees that your next Earth skill will overpower. Um, so Landslide already has a chance to get a guaranteed crit. But then if I well, not a chance to get a guaranteed crit. If I use Poison Creeper, I get a guaranteed crit. And then if I kill 20 monsters before I use Landslide, then it will also cause it to overpower. So overpower is like I don't remember the exact crit is at a minimum like a 1.5x damage multiplier, I think. I don't remember how much it is for overpower, but it's a lot of damage. It's a lot of extra damage. I think that just even without any extra like plus overpower damage, just crit and overpower alone is such an insane extra amount of damage. So yeah, I want to hold off on Snake Spirit. There is another like here we go. So Avian Wrath gives me 30% bonus crit strike damage too. So these two I want this Avian Wrath, and I also want this Snake Spirit boon that gives me overpower. But those each need 100 boons to be turned in. All the other boons that I really don't care about. So yeah, next place I go is Underroot. Let me know if you have questions, by the way. I'd be happy to answer like anything really. I mean, we're just chatting and chilling really. Like there's no I mean, I'm just talking about what I'm doing as I'm going along. Now I'm about to go into a dungeon, so oh right, I was gonna talk about like my the items that I just got. So yeah, here's another thing too. I'm going to include a build not build guide. What is it called? Like character sheet, I think. Character planner? Yeah, character planner. That's the thing. So I'm gonna link a character planner for you guys. Now the point of this character planner, I mean, I actually cooked this up like just before I started this stream. The idea behind the character planner is that Yeah, like this kind of shows my like what skills I'm going to be picking up, but
I
also
must wait a moment.
it shows my uh it shows what modifiers I'm trying to prioritize. So just now, well, obviously you want to keep
I must
boosting
wait a
your
moment.
item power as high as it can go. That's really that's really it, right? You try to get your item power as high as you can manage it, but then every now and then you'll come across items like this set of pants I have, Doomcloth. It comes with 240 armor. That's insane. Like I aim to have about 2500 before I run the capstone dungeon. So the more items that you get that have higher armor and then their modifiers your armor, the much easier,
I'm not ready
or it
yet.
becomes much easier to like get all of the armor you need to actually finish. I don't care about this thing. Okay. Yeah, I hate Last Stand as an event. Like I feel like that one's kind of a waste of time. Monsters, yeah, not enough monsters show up for that one, in my opinion. Oh wait, where did this come from? I don't know why. There's like a bunch of items that I missed. Okay, so here's another item that I get that's an upgrade from my current one. But I'm not going to throw that on yet because my current
I
item,
must wait a moment.
I had already imprinted Shepherd, so I'm going to leave that for now. Also, yeah, I haven't gotten any legendaries yet, so it's going to be difficult to imprint some of these. Well, actually, I'll have to consider this for the build guide. Like, I want to do a build guide for this Hurricane Druid because, yeah, I have a feeling I'll be able to clear World Tier 4 in, like, or clear World Tier 3, I guess, in, like, within the next hour? Maybe? No, that's a little ambitious. I think it's a little bit more than that. It'll probably take me, like, 2.5
I'm
total
not ready
on this run, is what I suspect. I've also been kind of, like, taking it chill. Like, if I were just, like, you know, full tryhard, full focus, then it might be a little bit quicker. But even doing this run, like, I've learned some things about tempering already. Like, I didn't know that tempering is... Well, tempering only costs veiled crystals, which, like, every time you salvage a rare, like, I think you get some veiled crystals. Um... Oh, here's 2 new recipes to learn. Okay, natural resistance. See, I'm, like, now I can use this on my equipment, too. But... yeah, tempering only requires veiled crystals, which, yeah, veiled crystals are easy to get. Trying to imprint aspects is what's tougher, though. You might not have, like, a bunch of legendary items to salvage if this is, like, your very first character. Well, yeah, so if I'm gonna do the build guide, I might actually just opt to not push for so many aspects. Maybe to, like, unlock those aspects, but not necessarily to, like, use
I
them.
must wait a moment.
Yeah, I think that's just best, actually. Mm. Anyway, whatever. Oh, yeah, look at those. Those wolves just shredded. And here, this is my landslide. It
I
did,
must wait
like,
a moment.
1,400 damage, but it did it 3 times because, like, landslide hits, like, 3 times. So, yeah, it, like, instantly kills these monsters. Here we go. Here's another item that's a huge boost to my current one. Uh, Spirit on kill versus... Like, I don't even really use much Spirit unless I'm spamming Landslide. Here, Raven Lantern. Resource cost reduction and willpower. Yeah, so my rings, I love to have willpower. I should actually probably just write
I
that
must
into
wait a moment.
the character sheet, too. I put damage just because it's easier to understand, but I should just... yeah, I should just say willpower.
I must wait a moment.
So now I have, like, 22% bonus damage off willpower, which is good. Later on, that number is just going to increase even more, of course.
I'm not ready yet.
There we are. That, well, I mean, I'm on Conduit Shrine, so my damage numbers here don't really mean much.
I must wait a moment.
There we are. Okay, so now I would use Hurricane. Yep. See that it does like 700 per tick, which is, I would say, pretty crazy. Oh yeah, I have 4 points. Yeah, I always forget to do this. I'm always preoccupied with all the other things. Oh,
I'm
and
not
I'm
ready
gonna put in
yet.
the points after I finish this, actually. There we are. Affirmative totem. Again, like, all these items that I'm picking up are just good to salvage. Like, you need the materials, so even though they made the changes so that you don't get nearly as many items as you used to, that you don't have to keep going back to town, you still do have to from time to time. Oh, look at that. He just... One landslide was enough to just instantly kill him. And this is before I've imprinted everything, too. I'm just running until level 25. That's really it. Destroy the egg cluster. Yeah, sure. Max life.
Ready yet.
Okay. Yeah. And look at that. I have 43. Oh, that's another thing too. Something to keep in mind is landslide. The terra motes will disappear if you go on a horse. I learned that a while back. I don't know why they make it like that, but yeah. Otherwise, I basically keep it with me. I'm gonna have like more terra motes than I'll ever be able to use up. Anytime I'd have to go up against the boss, there's like something like this. Boom, look, dead, and that's the end of the dungeon right there. So yeah. Boulder. Okay, so that's done. Trying to think. I'm level 22 now. I have all the aspects I need. Do I have enough? No, see, I'm still short on Druidic Spirit offerings. I'm... Oh, yeah, and I got 5 points too. See, I forgot. That's why I was supposed to do it earlier. I think I'm supposed to go like 1 point... Or no, I'm actually supposed to max this out first. Then 1 point here, 1 point Neurotoxin, and then Ursine Strength. Alright, great. So, now, I would go over here to the Helltide. Like, how long until the Helltide's over? It's 12:09, so that's... Yeah, I'm gonna go right over into the Helltide from here. I'm gonna salvage everything first, and then I'll go. At level 22, I just need to make up the difference. Okay, well, there's a nice skill to learn. And then my Fortify wears off, unfortunately, but that's okay, whatever. Let me just double check here that I don't need any of these. Okay. You'll see that I favorited these items. It's because these are the best available items that don't yet have an aspect, so my weapon right now is better, but I can imprint it later onto those items that are just better, right? Oh, I didn't imprint Expectant, but I'll do that when I go into the Capstone dungeon. That's usually when we're supposed to imprint anyway. Okay, so here's an event. Events are usually the things to look out for are events in these Helltides. Because like when you finish the event, they give you like a chest, and the chest gives cinders. Although the mob density here is pretty crap compared to other places I can check out. Ravenous Soul Spires are the best. Like Soul Spires and Ravenous Spell Spires, if you can handle those. Wolf's Honor. Medallion Shard. Okay, well, yeah, it's starting to ramp up the, starting to ramp up the number of monsters that are showing up. Oh, actually, yeah, my Hurricane's up again. And yes, these monsters are kind of dangerous in that they do spit out fire. And in my case, I don't have... Yeah, my fire res is not that high. I don't really think it's necessary to have high fire res in World Tier 2. It helps to have any kind of res, and well, yeah, any kind of res, but I think the really big one is armor. Like, you should have a lot of armor. A lot meaning like 3,000, ideally, like around 3,000, and you can like enchant items to get that too. See, there you go, there's a bunch of cinders there.
I must return this.
Again, I just need to reach level 25, and I need to like open up either weapon caches or probably I'm gonna just use the Wolf's Honor to get like clear out a weapon for myself is probably what's gonna happen, and I'll just imprint onto that. Probably. think that, yeah, even when I'm on a horse, I can still have Hurricane active, which is kind of cool, actually. I've never really used that to my advantage because I never really use Hurricane, but I've always wanted Hurricane to be at least somewhat useful. This is good. Alright, alright. Yep, and my Hurricane wore off, unfortunately. I wonder if there's an imprint that allows you to increase the duration of Hurricane. That's probably the one thing I would ask for, actually, because, yeah, it's just annoying to not be able to imprint, or to have Hurricane up, like, as often as it should be. There's probably a way, right? Okay, now here's a nice... Boom, dead. That was one landslide. I didn't even cast anything else on him. Just landslide. Here we go. Here's something that adds some damage. Again, armor is best. If I get stuff with armor, that's highest priority. But wouldn't expect that I'd always have that available. There we are. Yeah, I'm gonna hit level 25 before I max out, but one of the things I will do, even if I do hit level 25, is I want to open one of these boxes. Tortured Gift of Mysteries, yeah. Ow. See, yeah, this Fortify is really doing me a solid. Fortify is great because it is kind of like a second health bar. Like half the damage taken goes to Fortify, so it helps.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, look at that. I'm getting like a lot of Druidic Spirit offerings here too. Cursed Altar. Again, I could pop that right now. I have the materials for it, but let's just pretend I don't have the materials for it. Yeah, and sometimes there are people just running these Cursed Altars, so you can always just sit here and mooch if, like, you're struggling and other people are able to clear it already. Yeah, granted, like, I don't mind running those for people normally when I'm not in a rush, but if I'm doing, like, these, like, world tier, or level 1 to world tier 4s, then I like to make sure that I'm... anytime I do these, like... I guess you could just say that I'm trying to, like, min-max it, to some degree. So I don't want to be around... I don't want it to be the case where I'm just doing... Like, people are just mooching, and... Like, because I think that if there's more people in an area, even in Helltides, because I saw some people saying that this isn't the case for Helltide, but if there's more people in an area, the monsters are tougher, is my understanding of how it's supposed to work. At least that's how it feels. But yeah, because of that feeling, I am sometimes a little reluctant to, like, if I'm trying to speed through the game, to, you know, hang around other people who are just sitting on the edge of the run. Like, it's one thing if they try to contribute damage, I guess, but sometimes it's just like, yeah, they're there, and like some of the monsters are impossible to kill because the number of players in the area is, like, there's just too many. Okay, I'm up to 97 cinders, so I just need to clear like one more pack, and I think that'll bring me to... Okay, it's unfortunate, really. I really wanted to get both, like, the crit strike damage and the other thing, but, like, okay, fine. Yeah, we can just put this up. And I'm just gonna clear this real quick, too.
I'm not ready yet.
I mean, ideally, if... Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Druidic Spirit offerings. I might actually just commit to finishing the Druidic Spirit offerings, because, like, a lot of them are showing up. Maybe. I'll think about it. Helm and Runestaff. Okay, this one's legendary. Yeah, so here's another thing to keep in mind about changes that they made this season, right? Oh, wow, 2,000 damage. One of the changes they made is that legendary items now have... Cool. Legendary items now have 3 modifiers instead of 2. I mean, they also come with an aspect too, of course. In this case, basic skills. So every time I maul, I get damage reduction. Great. But yeah, if I have a legendary item, I can get 3 modifiers on it, which is the best. Okay, 303 item power on this. Um, yeah, usually as a nice little benchmark, 300 item power. Well, I think that the reason I vouch for 300 item power is in the past, 300 item power is the last amount that you would need. Um, like anytime you try to imprint an aspect onto an item in the
I'm not
past, I think it
ready
was
yet.
300 item power. Like, yeah, I think it was like 300 item power where you didn't need as many materials. But I think they might have changed that, unless my memory is not serving me well. 2,000 damage on overpower. Yikes. There we go. Okay. Uh, okay, so I don't have any... I didn't bother to do any of these...
I must wait a moment.
didn't bother to do any, like, whispers. I'm also very close to level 25. Once I hit level 25, I get the key passive. Like, the importance of level 25 is I'm supposed to get Ursine Strength. Ursine Strength gives me 30% increased damage while healthy. So, yeah, I just gotta make sure that I keep my life bar and ideally fortify up, and I should be fine.
I must wait a moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow, look at that. That was one landslide. I think my threat meter also carries over into World Tier 3 as well, if I remember right. There, and I leveled. Okay, cool. So I think we're a little over an hour into the run. Yeah, so far. Not too bad. Ursine Strength. Um, I think it's about time to prep for the capstone dungeon. Like, I want to finish the Spirit Offerings, but I mean, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. I think I will do my next Earth skill to overpower. Well, I think Avian Wrath is just better right now. Later on, it would be nice to show Obsidian Slam. So, Avian Wrath is the one where I get crit strike damage. So that one, yeah, 1 second. Yeah, that one will always be relevant if I crit, because I can crit on
I'm not
Landslide
ready yet.
anytime I want. And then there's also Hurricane. But, well, yeah, Hurricane itself can also crit because it's damage per tick. It's not like damage per second. Um, yeah, it's not like Poison Creeper is like poison damage. It's like a damage over time, right? But like this Hurricane, it like does... Oh, it's hard to explain the difference. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna try to do that right now. But yeah, basically, the Hurricane can critically strike. So yeah, like Obsidian Slam is kind of nice for overpower, but like it's not as useful because like I only get 1 overpower with it. But then meanwhile, if I unlock this, it's always going to be relevant. Okay, so now so this is how we're going to prep. So first thing is we need to activate whatever spirit boons we can. Avian Wrath and like I mentioned before, the overpower, the 2 big ones. Wariness would be great too, if I could get that. Reduce damage from elites, like sure, why not? Um, Pack Leader might be nice. Uh, yeah, Pack Leader could be pretty nice because my Landslide will always crit pretty much, but it's all just a question of if the lucky hit proc goes off. Anyway, great. So I'm about to take on the Capstone dungeon, but I need to go to I need to go to the occultist to enchant and imprint all of the relevant aspects that I need on my gear. And then once I do that, I'm pretty much ready to go, I think. Oh yeah, this whole time I also forgot to activate an elixir. That's also my bad. I was supposed to have an elixir. And also I need to upgrade my potion. Basic elixirs, seasonal elixirs. Yeah, I don't need that. I need... Oh, elixir of iron barbs? Like, this is actually a thing? I mean, like, I know that elixir of iron barbs is a thing, but what I mean is I didn't realize that it gave 300 armor. Uh, yeah, that's actually quite a bit for the capstone. Okay, so yeah, here's another nice upgrade. I'm gonna throw that on. This is not useful. Can learn a new recipe. I don't need to... Well, actually, I'll hold off on trying to upgrade on this real quick. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, so this is my best available weapon right now. 303 item power. It's got 56 max life too. So I can throw that on in a second. This one gives slightly more armor, but my current armor already gives me max life and armor and 2 extra sockets, which I'm gonna put some jewels into. Let's do that real quick.
I've many fine pieces, rare and
Craft 2
beautiful.
rubies, and then I can socket this with it. And I think this is also my best available armor. So let's throw that in there. Okay, so Skull, unfortunately, Chip Skull only gives like 75 armor. So I might hold off on that. All right. Now it's time for me to... I guess I'll imprint onto this thing. Yeah, might as well. Spirit on kill. So yeah, these are the two things I need to do. I need to roll a spirit on kill. Yeah, the enchant cost is very low. That at least is very good. I think that willpower would be the best available option since I get a lot of plus damage from everywhere else. Yeah, willpower. There we go. And then we would imprint from the Codex of Power. It is supposed to be Shepherds. Yeah, like this is where it would make sense to start doing the imprinting, really. Yeah, I'll have to consider that for the future, that you might not have enough baleful fragments actually to imprint. Kind of want to try doing it without. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a way to also like get baleful fragments. I guess maybe it would make sense to do Legion events. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can try to run this without the aspect, but I kind of want to see how ridiculous the damage is with the aspect too. That's the problem. Oh well, okay. Let's not imprint then, actually. Yeah, I'm just not gonna bother trying. Well, then that means I have to sub out all my gear. That's fine. Sure, let's do that then. So here's what I'm gonna do. Because I need to test this so that I can make sure that it works the way that I would expect it to. So I'm gonna put on this weapon. I'll temper that one. This one I can salvage. I don't need that. This one I don't need. This one I don't need. This one I don't need. Okay, so let's get rid of all these first, just so I have less items, or fewer items to look at. Okay. So now
What will it be?
I can actually start to temper. Offensive. Earth overpower. Earth crit strike chance. Earth lucky hit chance. Yeah, no. It's just raw damage. Because I can... Okay, sure. I'll take 72% damage, I guess. That's fine. Damage to close. You know what? I'll try to roll for damage to close. Yeah. Damage to distance. Okay. Gonna really trying to gamble. Oh boy. Crowd control is the worst because bosses aren't... Oh man. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, maybe tempering first would have made more sense. That's another thing too. Okay, I'll at least try... I'm actually curious about something. What if I try to imprint onto this aspect of Shepherd's aspect, right? What if I do this? Oh, I still need baleful fragments for this. I guess it's less than 200 item power. Probably less than 200 item power is where it's at. Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit more testing about that in the future, but okay, whatever. Um,
Father bless.
okay. All right. What about my other ones? Retaliation, expectant. I really wanted to try with expectant and whatnot. Maybe I can... Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna try to go in with just tempering alone first. I think let's do that. 52 willpower and 41 max life. Yeah, that's basically the same as my current one. Slightly less damage, but yeah, let's see if we can get a plus damage to close roll. It's like the one thing I didn't roll into. That's too bad. Oh, what the? Damage to close. Okay, well there we go. And then from the jeweler, I'm gonna put two amethysts, I guess. Wait, no, it's emerald. Yeah, emeralds give crit strike damage. So that's two of them. Sure, I'll put in a skull, I guess. It's the only one that's useful right now. Later on, some fire res might be nice, but I think we'll roll with this for now. And then I think enchant should be okay though. Like I can like enchant is like ridiculously cheap for some reason. So this, for example, I think gives... I didn't even know spirit per second is a thing now. Wow, that's so much better than before, but still. Yep. I can just keep enchanting. I mean, I'd be capped on gold, but I would at least try to... Oh, that's another thing too. If you're running this and you don't have gold in the bank already, then yeah, you can always just run one or two whispers. That's pretty easy to get. Yeah, you just need to run like a couple whispers, and that should get you enough gold to do whatever you want with your gear. Like one set of whispers is like what, 10? No, a million gold, I think, early on. I'll have to check that too. There's a lot of things to check, but yeah. Oh well. Life per second, dodge chance. I don't really like relying on dodge chance, so... Okay, willpower, sure. Max life, I think, is more important, so I don't just get completely one-shotted. One to hurricane, okay. Yeah, hurricane is more valuable, but I would really like to get total armor. And total armor can be difficult to come by sometimes, too, so... impairment reduction. 2 to wolves. I mean, that's not bad, but again, I would really like... Willpower is tempting. Poison creeper and wolves. Yeah, I feel like... I mean, I'm really trying to set this up for burst. But yeah. We can try to... There we go, 290 armor. There, that's nice. 290 armor. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to hit the mark that I was hoping for. I'll get rid of life per second. Is this one better, actually? Yeah, no, this one's better. But then I'd have to imprint onto it. That's the only problem. Sure, I'll just imprint. It's fine. No big deal. Uh, yeah, so we're gonna roll for total armor here, ideally, but probably not even. Actually, what's the roll again? Total armor is 3.5 to 6%. So, what's like 3% of this? Like an extra 22 armor? No, that's not. Well, no, that's like 60 armor actually. No, that's not worth it, man. Yeah, okay. So don't even bother trying to roll amulet, but try to roll at least once for gear. Yeah, I think the benchmark here though is supposed to be 3,000 armor is always what I like to push for, but yeah, I'll probably attempt this on 2,500 and we'll see how it goes. And no, well, tempering but no aspects, and we'll see just how far we get.
I must
I can also temper,
What do you need?
like I think I got natural resistance as a recipe. So I can actually temper my equipment with natural resistance, but I don't think I got.
Something forged?
It's like this recipe, worldly endurance. This one is like if I could temper all my gear. Well, I can temper all of my gear with this right now if I want, but I wouldn't normally have access to this recipe at all, or at least I'm really not supposed to. Um, yeah, I want to check something real quick. If I put on this, would I? Okay, so total armor, that's fine. Worldly endurance. Okay, so yeah. See, if you already have recipes from other characters, you could just straight up like throw on uh you can straight up throw on like worldly endurance on some of your items and you just get like an extra 300 life. Like this would be I'd almost double my life off of that alone, you know, if I put that on my amulet. Well, I did put it on an amulet, but I'm not planning to use this one. That's why I imprinted this. So I'm doing a little bit of testing too to see what the minimum amount necessary to clear everything would be. That's why I'm kind of taking things a little slower than usual. Otherwise, we might have already been well underway on the capstone dungeon by now. But one of the things that I will do is I will temper my gear, or I'll keep trying to temper it. Okay, this one's damage to close. That's beautiful. Also, I will try to temper this one. Raw damage, I can kind of get behind that. What about this one? Damage to distant, no. Well, this is good, actually. The fact that I have a couple rings that I can cycle between. Damage to distant. See, if I run out of tempers... There we go, damage to close. So this one right now is willpower and life. If I try, for example, to use this one, and I get damage to close, which one would I rather... Like, I'd prefer to get this one maxed with close damage. Okay, so this one reached its limit, so I'll just use this one instead. Do lose out on a little bit of damage. Let's see if we can try to re-roll damage for... Well, you know what? Who needs max life anyway? Okay, sure, I can get more max life. Willpower, there we go. So this is what my character is looking like. I've enchanted the modifiers I want. I've tempered the things that I want. I have 605 on max life, which isn't great, but it's something. And then I have an elixir. So I have almost 25... Well, yeah, my resistances don't even bother looking at that. That's... I mean, it probably makes some sort of difference. Like, I imagine some of the attacks that are used uh, by the guys in Cathedral of Light do some sort of, like, elemental damage, but usually you can get by even with, like, very little, if no resistances at all on this character. Yeah, so Spirit Boons, I have Avian Wrath. And then, yeah, like, my armor stat is pretty high, and then I'm also going to drink this elixir now. That brings me up to 2,500 armor, and then we can begin the capstone dungeon. So, yep. Stone dungeon. Cathedral of Light. I'm trying to think if I had forgotten anything. Like, I know that, yeah, like I said before, I want to see how far I can get without running all of those aspects, but I also kind of want to see what would happen if I used aspects, because, yeah, that's like a pretty massive damage boost, but you probably don't even need it. Here, so let's find out. I'm gonna use Hurricane first, and heck, who knows, maybe I do no damage. Oh, wow. Actually, don't do very... Oh, no, 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 this is decent. Okay, it's all right. You know what? I have an even better idea. I can just... I can switch between them. I just realized, like, this is a lot of effort, but I need to know. Like, I actually need to know if this works or not. Yeah, so... I'm plenty able to clear this. I can skip past all these guys, go to the, I can skip past all these guys and go straight to the Animus carriers and start, killing those. Like, I also have my wolves to tank. Like, they got like a 200% increase to their health, so they can soak up a lot of damage. And they also inherit now 100% of my stats, which includes my armor. So yeah, they also have a lot of damage reduction on them as well. So let's try something a little different here. I'm gonna use my obols after all, I guess.
Take a chance,
Some of them.
wanderer. Fair.
Willpower, max life. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do, because I have materials. I wouldn't normally do this, but sure, just because I can. Just because I can sort of afford to. I will temper. I will try to temper with what I need. Damage to crowd controlled. Damage, no, we can do better than that. I mean, damage to crowd controlled. Yeah, we can do the next one, I guess. That's fine. Damage to crowd controlled. Damage to close. Okay, there it is. Okay, so we'll get rid of that, and then we'll keep this. We're gonna reroll Spirit on kill. Willpower, good. And then we'll try to imprint this stupid aspect. Shepherds, and then this thing. So if I do this, then I think I get a ton more damage.
Father, bring you up.
Let's also do the same for gloves.
Not much, is it?
Well, do I even need to for gloves? I don't actually need to for gloves, do I? I just need to reroll my existing ones. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. Alright. Aspect of the expectant, I think, is what I'm supposed to put onto this. Oh, hold on. Yeah, this ring doesn't even need... Okay, I found it. So, I would need a ring with less than less than 200 item power. My gloves... I mean, I don't have less than 200 item power gloves anymore, but yeah, like... I can straight up run items, like gloves with less than 200 item power, and then I think I should be able to get items that don't require abstruse sigils for the imprint. Okay, cool. Again, learn something new here. Okay. Damage to crowd controlled enemies. All right, sure. Yeah, I'll find another Find another ring.
Fair bit of magic in that one.
Willpower and max life. Yeah, this is closer to what I'm talking about. Aspect of the expectant. Actually, don't even have that many abstruse sigils either. Okay. And then I also got to temper this.
What will it be? You can take what's left.
Okay. Abstruse sigils. Natural. Okay. Damage to crowd controlled. Damage to close. Okay, cool. Damage to close. Resource cost reduction. Okay, so this would be one of the rings that I use. Actually, this one gives me way more. What am I doing? Okay, so expectant. Now we need an amulet.
Take a chance, wander.
This is so silly. It's a lot of effort. A lot more effort than I would want to put into it, but I mean, sure. It's kind of fun to try it out. So then it's supposed to be aspect of the Tempest that I run in my amulet. It's kind of funny. I call it a Hurricane Druid, but it's not even really a Hurricane Druid. Oh, I should temper it first. I should always temper first because there's no guarantee that it'll roll the thing that I want. So the order matters in this case. Yes. Damage to CC. Damage to close. Nice. So. Damage, crit strike chance, loop of the expectant, and then my gloves are supposed to be crit strike chance. Okay, I need total armor on these. So expectant. I have a lot of coiling words. Okay. Expectant. I can enchant. I mean, I was supposed to do it the other order, but whatever. Armor. I don't need crit strike chance. Oh, +1 core skills is nice too. I mean, ideally I would want gloves that have armor and core skills would be the best options, but yeah, like if I can't get it, then whatever. Okay, well, let's try the other one then. Willpower, max life. So let's try to roll 450 armor. Whoa, that was a high roll too. So yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is kind of worth doing now so that I don't have to do this twice. So it's good. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, I think I might have messed up. Attacking enemies with a basic skill, increase the damage of your next core skill cast. No, this one is supposed to be retaliation, I think. I mean, it doesn't really much matter what order, but pretend like it does. Skills. Okay. So no retaliation. There. Now it's got retaliation aspect. Okay, so now our gear is... This is with all of the imprints, or this is the imprint equipment that I would be using. Corn Wrath skills. Alright, so I have 2 sets. I have all of the... Like, all my gear is tempered. Well, except for this. I gotta temper this.
Father bless. What do you
Temper
need?
my gloves. I didn't even use that many obols either. That's how crazy it is. CC'd. Come on. Distant. Even I'll take even just plain damage, man. Ugh. They're really making me scrape the bottom of the barrel here.
No bad luck. Try again.
Oh, yikes. Hmm. Why is it so difficult to get close? Well, I guess it's a 25% chance on each roll. Still have plenty of materials, right? Keep doing this. Oh, there we go. Here's a good one. As long as it has just armor alone, that's already worth trying to roll. Plus damage. Come on. Damage to close, please. Damage to close, okay. Finally. Now I can roll off this. My current ones. So max life or core skills. Either is fine. Max life. Alright, sure. Yeah, just to see if I can... Okay, 1 core skills. Alright, so this is... Might as well have some fun and try to, like, max out on damage. Just to see how much damage this build can do at this level. But, again, like, this... By now, I could have already cleared the capstone dungeon, probably, even with just regular tempered equipment and no aspects, but I just wanted to test this. Might as well do it here while I'm going through this. Like, so I don't have to do it twice. I wanted to re-level another druid. Like, I've gone through the 1 to 50 leveling process like 4 times this season now. Yeah, at a minimum. So, there we are. This is like the almost best case scenario kind of gloves. Wait a second. No, these ones are best case scenario gloves. Okay, so this is the gear that I would swap for my the aspects that are imprinted on. Okay, so I have items that have aspects on them. Those are what I'm going to use going into the dungeon, or the capstone dungeon, but then I also have the items that don't have imprints onto them. So I'm going to switch back and forth between them just to kind of show the damage difference with and without them, because it should be pretty big. Like, we saw how long it took me to clear that pack just now. I also saw the damage numbers, some of them like 1500 or so. But now that I have everything, well, it should be... oh, I haven't been paying attention. I also... Yeah, you can see it's much easier. And then if I use Landslide... 34, 38 on that one. But I don't even have my Fortify maxed out. Yeah, I gotta max out my Fortify first, and then we'll go from there. Oh, here's a...
I'm not ready yet.
See, 5,000 damage on that. Like, I can almost just one-shot him with this setup alone. And I'm not even in... I'm like level 25, so for every level that I'm under them, like I'm 25 levels below, I think they have 1% damage reduction for every level. So yeah, I'm doing a lot less damage than I should be, for sure. Okay. 5,000 damage on that. Yeah, I have no survivability, though. Like, if this were hardcore... Well, if this were hardcore, I would never attempt to do this capstone dungeon at 25. That's just... Yeah, that's just not worth it.
I'm not ready.
And I would probably make sure that I imprinted as much as I could first, too, of course. Yeah, I see. This one's lightning enchanted.
I do not have any potions.
Ow, I've been CC'd for, like, the whole time. Yeah, this one's got like lightning enchanted. That's where a good example of where resistances would actually be useful. Which I could get, like I could get 15% if I leveled 3 more times. That wouldn't even take that long. I would just need to run Helltide a little bit longer, and then I could get some points into Ancestral Fortitude for like 5% all resists, or elemental resists, I guess. I could do that. if I wanted to be extra prepared, but not quite there right now. I just...
I do not have any potions.
Oh, and here's another little trick too. I'm gonna try to fight this guy without, but yeah, I have no potions here. Yeah, I can just let myself die, actually. Like, in hardcore, obviously, that's not a good idea, but in softcore, there's no penalty really to dying aside from, like, the durability of your equipment
I'm not
goes down, right? So rather than sit around and let my wolves do all the killing or, like, go back to town and talk to the healer, I can just let myself die and I can come back and I have 9 more potions. So, yeah, at this level, like, I have the damage, evidently. I just have no survivability, even with the aspects.
I do not have enough spirit. I must wait.
Okay, so yeah, that's how long it took to wipe these guys out on having like all these aspects. If I switch it, I'm kind of curious to see if how much tougher it is to kill this last Revenant Knight. Probably would be a lot more difficult, right? Yeah, it's a lot more challenging. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing this at level 25. With the minions, with the minion Necro, it's like, yeah, like you can do it, especially because Golem eats up 30% of the damage. But here, I'm like struggling to stay alive. That's like the biggest issue. And yeah, like I can,
I must wait a moment.
since I have all the materials and all the recipes, like I can clear this just running all aspects on all my gear and tempering with like the best case scenario. But like, oh, I'm dazed too.
I'm out of spirit.
Oh, and all my damage is damage to close. That's another thing. I can't just sit in front of him and... Here, if I stand here and then
I must wait a moment.
There we go. So I killed him. It was just much tougher than if I had all the aspects. Alright, yeah. So this is nice to learn about. I'll probably... Well, I mean, I have all the Animus already. So I'm gonna go to the next area and go from there.
I'm not ready yet.
The more I think about it too, like very early item power items, everything's free. Like you don't even need to... Like I have these jewelry that I can't really imprint onto without having to use like abstruse sigils, like the legendary materials. But oh, okay, I just ran out of potions too. But if I use like lower item power and the material, like I don't need as many materials, that's something maybe I should consider in the future. But I don't know how much I want to tell people that they should actually not upgrade their equipment. Also, I gotta remember that I gotta be like right up in front of them to get the full damage bonus from my
Wait a moment.
damage to close. I like damage to close because it works for Poison Creeper and it also works for Hurricane.
I'm not ready yet. I'm out of spirit.
Okay, so this is how the fight would look if I have no aspects. It's doable. I mean, I'm getting potions left and right too.
I must wait a moment.
I should also be focusing the Sacred Physician. That's the other problem. There we go.
Spirit.
So yeah, I can do this fight, probably. Oh, they're staggered too. I think my Landslide and Poison Creeper also cause them to stagger. And I have Fortify, that's another thing. I mean, well yeah, with the Necro I have Fortify and I have Golem, but here I got Fortify, all good, sure. Okay, so I feel like at this point I've proven that I can take it. I died there on purpose. I ran right back into the hit and I didn't even get myself, or I didn't even heal myself there. The reason I let myself die is because I want to... Well, I mean, I think I even took off my weapon, right? So, the reason I let myself die is because I want to try this fight again, but with all the aspects. So, this will be fun to try again, except I don't have all my fortify up. That's the only difference here compared to last time. Which one's Sacred Position? This one? Okay. This fight might be a little tougher since I don't have... Oh yeah, look at that, 6,000 damage. I also don't have any Terra motes anymore either, because I haven't immobilized anything. And I died. And I think that dying removes Terra motes too, of course. Yeah, so yeah, this fight is noticeably easier with all the aspects compared to before. I mean, I'm staggered, can't really... Or I'm stunned right now. Can't really do anything about that, but... Where's Devoted Champion? There he is. Oh, okay. That was kind of embarrassing, but... Again, it's limit testing. More than anything else is my excuse. Okay. Ow.
I must wait a moment.
Makes me wonder how a World Tier 3 will go. Oh wow, I just realized too. That was an overpower crit Hurricane? Wait. Yeah, no, my Hurricane was crit and over... Oh. That's stunned though, man. It sucks not having any unstoppable. So as soon as I get stunned, like there's no way out of it for like the next 10 years. That's a shame too. Like it's quite uncommon to get like a crit and overpower Hurricane, but there it was, and I kind of wasted it. Yeah, no Terra motes either. I don't know what type of damage that does, that little beam. Like, I don't know if it's fire, lightning, shadow, probably not cold. Should try to test that one day and see, because some of these attacks are very annoying.
I'm not ready yet.
And again, no fortify either, because I just don't have enough survivability. Like, it would be nice to just face tank them, but... And this is... It's funny because the one run that I could have taken them is the one run where I didn't have my aspects. Or the one run where I, like, would have successfully cleared them. All the other ones, I was actively trying and I still died. So, it's pretty, sad. He's gonna do his thing. Ow. Okay. Cool. Stuns.
I must wait a moment.
Okay, damage to close too. There we go. Oh, finally, you got staggered. Okay, well, I can actually do my stuff now. There.
I'm not ready yet.
Done. See? First try. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, definitely... It seems like quite a hassle to just hold off on upgrading all equipment once you find something with, like, 200 item power. I don't think I would recommend that to people. Yeah, like, I think that probably the play is to stay in World Tier 3 until... Or World Tier 2 until at least... I want to say, like, level 35 even. Yeah.
I must wait a moment.
Is this with all the aspects? Oh yeah, this is with all the aspects. Hold on, let me switch it back now. Where's the ring from earlier? Yeah, okay.
I must wait a moment.
And all my wolves died too, it seems.
I do not have
Okay, now I have Terra motes to hit stuff with. That's good too. That's something I didn't have on the boss fight. That's why my landslide took... Maybe that's why I had a much easier time on the first run, actually. Because my Terra motes were still active, since I hadn't yet died.
I must wait a moment.
Where are the wolves that I had before? Okay, yeah, so this is how long it would take if I didn't have all those aspects.
I must wait a moment.
And I'm actually out of potions again, so.
I do not have any potions.
Okay, I'll grab this and I'll heal, but yeah, again, it's probably just easier to let myself die. Get potions quickly enough.
I must wait a moment.
6,383. Yeah, that was an overpower crit. Yeah, that's why I wanted that. Every 20th kill causes your next Earth skill to do damage or to do overpower. Okay. I think I've seen enough here. I'm going to switch everything back to my items with aspects, and then I'm just gonna clear all these monsters out. Yeah. In the future, if I ever do this again, I would not attempt. I would not recommend either to attempt this as early as I'm doing it right now. Like, not even... Yeah, like it's not even that I lack damage, it's more that I lack survivability. And I think that the amount of time it's taken me to attempt this capstone is probably... I probably would have been better off just hugging Hell Tides for another 5 to 10 levels before coming back here.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, on this build, it's not a question of what level, I don't think.
I'm out of spirit.
Like with the minion necro, you're really just waiting until level 25 to get golem, and then at level 35, you go take on Elias, because in theory you would have sacreds by then. But if this is like your first character and you don't have any materials
I must wait a moment.
or recipes, like that's the thing. The fact that I have recipes just means that, like with worldly endurance, I could have just used worldly endurance to put max life on all of my gear, and then I could have certainly cleared this with almost no difficulty, I'd imagine. But since I do have that recipe,
I'm not ready yet.
I'm gonna have to ignore that it exists. Yeah, because like, what, extra 300 life on my amulet? I could probably get more on my other gear. Like what, 100 some? Let's say like 200 max life on 3 or 4 pieces of equipment. Yeah, so I'd actually be sitting on like 1,000 life at level 27. I could do that. Like, there should really be some sort of limitation on tempering, I think, because it makes the game like too easy. I know a lot of people love the fact that we're like a lot of builds are very overpowered this season, but I think that this is a little too much even. It's nice to have at least a little bit of challenge, you know what I'm saying? Max Fortify. See, that's the thing too. Like, with my Fortify maxed out and all these aspects, right? Here. Or
I'm not ready yet.
so this is what my landslide damage would look like. 11,000, right? With all the aspects. Yeah, like I could probably clear them. I still have Terra modes, keep in mind. And I'm pretty close to him too. Oh, and here it comes. I just need to...
I'm not ready yet.
Ow. I barely survived that, but... Oh, okay. Yeah, so even with aspects, it's like stupid difficult. I can only imagine that if I had all these, how much worse the fight would actually go. Why am I even using this? Like, there, this should actually be salvage. Okay. Let's begin trying to build up Fortify here.
I must wait a moment.
Yeah, the other thing too is with this, ow. I have this helm that gives me damage reduction.
On spirit.
And I don't have Disobedience either. Disobedience would probably be a nice aspect to have. Ow. Okay, yeah, no, I just don't see myself being able to clear the Curator with, like, I could. It would just take me a very long time, and I might even have to do, like, a boatload of kiting. Actually, maybe I've built my guy wrong. I've been going damage to close for Hurricane, but you don't even need damage to close. Or you probably are better off going damage to distance so that you don't have to be, like, right in front of his face
What
to
will it be?
get your landslide off.
Huh.
Heck, even generic damage might be better. Willpower and damage, okay. Anyway, okay. Yeah, the Elias, or getting to Elias is going to be interesting, though.
Wait a moment.
Yeah, let's try this one more time, but I'll use all the aspects. I'm going to give it my all. Okay. I don't have any Terra motes either. That's the other. 3, 4.
I must wait a moment.
3, 4, 5. I don't even think I can guarantee a crit here. Ow. There. I don't know how to dodge those. I'm sure there's like a way to do it, but oh, is he invisible? I don't see. Oh no, he's on this side. No wonder. There's still that bug where some bosses go invisible, but 1,
I'm not ready
2,
yet. I'm out of
3.
spirit.
And he's gonna go invisible, and or not invisible, but out of dodges. I can't dodge that. Yeah, no. Definitely 24 or level 25 is too early, even with Ursine's strength and whatnot. Especially because like I can't stay healthy all the time, so I don't even get that damage or extra damage from it as often as I'd want. After being a werebear for 2 seconds, maybe this one. Maybe werebear for 2 seconds, I get 50% increased damage for 15. Maybe that's the way to go, because if I maul, I'm just gonna sit here and spam maul, right? Alright, so then I'll Hurricane.
I must wait a moment.
Alright, there we are.
I must wait a moment.
Ow. So I can get him to like half, but... Okay. I don't know why it's so easy for minion necro, like... Or why it has to be so easy for minion necro. I know I keep making the comparison to minion necro. It's not a fair comparison because it's like S+ tier this season, but like... Yeah, it's just kind of crazy to me. Like, I guess they sort of deserve it too. That's the other thing. Like, I was trying to play Minion Necro since, like, launch. But the problem with Minion Necro is it was so weak, it felt like, that it wasn't really worth playing. But now it's quite the opposite. And I guess it...
I must wait a moment.
Okay, well, surprised that instantly killed me, but... Wow, they've been broken for... Well, yeah, they've been weak for so long, and I guess it makes sense that they finally get a chance to shine in the spotlight. Rather than Hoda Barb for, like, the 10th season. Okay, I can get this off. Okay. Really good on the skill rotation either.
I'm not ready.
Alright, here we are. Okay, well. Man, I'm doing a horrible job dodging those today. Okay, let's get a little bit of Fortify here. He also does a lot less damage while I have my Hurricane active. Okay. Is he gonna... Yeah, I'm just waiting for it. He's gonna do his thing.
I'm not ready yet.
Come on. No, no, don't go, don't go, don't go.
Out of spirit.
Ah, okay. Well, this is a problem. Yep, I knew it. He's like one hit too. I just had everything on cooldown. It was like so close that time. Hmm.
I cannot use that.
Ugh. Okay. I have the bonus. Okay, so I basically throw this in. Throw this in. I can dodge out of the way of that one.
I must wait a
Ow.
moment.
And here it comes. And I just walked right into that one. Okay.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, I just don't have any Terra motes. That's the other issue too. If I had more Terra motes, I could, like...
I must wait a moment.
Oh, and here he goes. Off to who knows where.
I am out of potions.
Ugh, man. I'm out of potions. I can't... Oh, and yeah. I think I died... Oh no, wait. I have no idea what I died to there. I didn't see anything hit me.
I cannot.
Yeah. I'm pretty adamant about winning the fight on these conditions. Like, even though I could, again, I could go back and, like, go temper a bunch of other stuff. Maybe throw on, like, an aspect like Disobedience. But, yeah, maybe Disobedience would make, like, pretty nice
I'm not ready.
difference. Oh, there you go. There's some damage. Okay. Don't have enough Terra motes. Cool. I see. 1, 2, 3. Maul is so slow. That's the other issue. It's actually so slow. Like, I swing and it... Look how slow it is. Oh, yeah. Skeleton ballistas. These do a lot more damage than they have business doing. 4, 5, and then Terramote.
I'm not ready yet.
Just kill him, please. Ugh. My wolves can't survive either. This is so bad, man. Okay, so
I
yeah,
cannot use
big takeaway from this. I mean, this is with all damage to close as well. Yeah, probably I would. Yeah, 400 item power is probably on a weapon at least would be a good starting point. I was waiting for him to summon his lackeys so I can hit them with Poison Creeper and get some motes. There we go, finally.
I must wait a moment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I must wait a moment.
Yeah. A little bit more. Okay, 1, 2, and need...
I must wait a moment.
Ugh! It's always just before he's about to die. It's always just before. Please, just...
I have no potions.
Oh, finally! Okay. Oh, that was a struggle. Alright. I mean... Oh... It's so tempting to edit that out in the final product. Just cut right into the last... I would just cut into the last... what's it called? Like the final fight that I had against the curator and pretend like all the other ones that came before didn't exist, you know? Okay. Back to Kyovashad we go. And we're gonna hit the World Tier 3 statue. Or World Tier statue, get into World Tier 3. And then I'm gonna try Helltides for fun, but I don't think I stand a chance in those. Like, I'm just gonna say it straight. Right then, so let's talk to the healer first, and then I'm gonna get... I'm gonna get this thing. In here, I'm gonna unsocket this, and I'm gonna put this in there too. Well, I can actually put this in all of them, and then salvage this. Okay, great. Now I have a bit of fire res. And I can also get that, so 27% fire res. Well, I mean, it's a start. How long until this ends? 35 minutes? Alright. Well, let's get going and we'll see. We'll see just how well this goes. I don't doubt that I'll be able to do damage. I just don't think I'll be able to survive. It's like the bigger issue. But this is perfect. If I can't survive here, then all that means is that I can go run Temple of Rot dungeon. Yep, yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, I definitely do the damage, but man. Okay, the damage itself is not as much as I would have hoped. And I also don't really like 10,000 damage. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I'm like doing a good amount of damage for my level. It's all survivability issues, I think, more than anything else. And there's no recipe that you can get from the beginning of the game for that. There's no blacksmith. Like, the blacksmith's lockbox always gives that one tempering recipe, natural finesse. So I can always get damage, but it's not like I can guarantee getting anything aside or outside of that. This guy's out. I think I level off that. Okay, at least I got potions again. Yeah, it's doable. I can kill all these monsters. Not the worst thing. And keep in mind, like, I have an item with 300 item power, but yeah, like, yeah, one hit, or, like, especially because I'm, like, I have to run into the fight. It's not like Minion Necro or even Companion Druid, where I could, well, even Companion Druid, I need to run into the middle and then do, wait, where is Temple of Rot? I can never remember where Temple of Rot is. Yeah, where the heck is Temple of Rot? There, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna go there, and then I'll level in Temple of Rot. That'll be quicker. Yeah, just you wait and see. But, yeah, no. Temple of Rot should be much faster. What I was saying earlier, though, about, like, Minion Necro and all that is that I feel like this build, because I have to be so close to them with Hurricane, because I'm, like, right in front of their face when I use Hurricane or Poison Creeper, yeah, I'm not, like, a long-range type of character like a Chain Lightning Sorcerer, for example, right? I can always just off-screen stuff with Chain Lightning, so even with not that much life, I could probably survive to some degree there, but with this build, there's just no way. Like, I have tons of damage. Like, I could do like 10k damage at this level, but like, yeah, I do know.
I'm not ready yet.
Like, I get hit twice and I'm dead. Anyway, that's all good. All this means is I get to do Temple of Rot. I like to. I mean, this is a place that a lot of people don't bother to check out anymore. It used to be a go-to leveling spot for some people, like if they get into the higher world tiers early, I think. But nowadays, everyone just spams Hell Tides until like level 35 or so in World Tier 2, like minimum, I'd say. Minimum level 30 at a bare minimum is a safe bet, but usually 35, I think, is what most people wouldn't. Like, people would stay in World Tier 2 until like level 45 in some cases, but like for me, on like an average build, I'd probably go until 35 in World Tier 2. I think 35 is a good number. By that point, you should have like everything that you need. Actually, wait, why am I bothering to untie these? Yeah, see, I already got a level up. I mean, I think I've been doing this run for like 3 minutes. I haven't died. It's easy. And the way the monsters are laid out, it's like perfect for my skills too. Because it's just... Oh yeah, there you go. There's a bunch of monsters. Like, you see, there's a bunch of them that group up. I throw Poison Creeper, and then now that while that's on cooldown, I run to the next pack, and then I see a pack, I use Hurricane, and then I'll move to the next pack up here, and then I put Ravens down, right? And then here's one Straggler, and then I put Wolves. I run to the next pack, and hey, my Poison Creeper's back up again. Wow. So, yeah. So already from this one run, I think it was like a 2 or 3 minute run, and I'm already almost level 30. Like, I started at like 27, I think, right? Look at that. These monsters just easy to kill. I'm gonna try to redo the next run, but using the items that don't have aspects on them. So let's give that a try. Look at that. 6,000 death. Like, I don't think in any of my previous builds that... Well, okay, I'm using all aspects, though. That's part of the issue here. This is with all aspects. I'm also going to go back to town and salvage a bunch of stuff. I think that's long overdue. Yeah, just trying to figure out what order I'm supposed to do this, because I definitely have to come back to Temple of Rot before I leave the game, or else I have to run all the way back here again. I guess it's not that far a run, but still. Alright, let's look through my equipment one by one. So these are the only items that I really care to switch. Sacred Rare, so we hold on to that. Let me get rid of this. Max life, life on hit, no. This was damage to crowd control, that's why I am not using it. Yeah, like, here's another thing too. A bunch of the items from Cathedral of Light, normally those are the items that I would hold on to going into World Tier 3, and then I would use them as soon as I reach the appropriate level. But now you can probably take Elias at level 45 or something on most builds. So you don't even... Well, no, let me rephrase. You get sacred items at like level 35 now, or you unlock them at level 35, so you don't even need the items from Cathedral of Light. They're just junk. I don't know. I feel like that's something that needs some sort of rework. I don't think it makes much sense to get a bunch of useless items from Cathedral of Light, really. Well, maybe not useless, but it just feels weird the way they've scaled it. Alright, let's, and all these are sacreds that require level 35. Which one's the blacksmith? Is blacksmith up there? Oh yeah, they moved it. Forgetting. I feel like it was not necessary for them to move it, but sure. Yeah, here we go. Here's a good one. It's got willpower and max life. These life per second, spirit per second. Sure, I'm gonna keep this one. These are the best ones that I've found so far. What about these two? Okay, so this one rolled 2 good modifiers, this one did not, so that's why I'd like to keep the two-handed axe. But I mean, this one might, if I temper it, like how much is it to temper? I think the cost is like 6. No, it's still 4 veiled crystals. Yeah, if I roll bad modifiers on this from tempering, then I would use the other one. So yeah. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna switch all my equipment back out for non-legendary or the items that don't have aspects. I'm gonna try this run again. Wait, no. I just leave the game. And that will take me to the entrance of Temple of Rot. So I leave, and then I rejoin. Yeah. By the way, something I didn't mention earlier. The reason why I vouch for strongholds, the reason why strongholds are so, I want to say good, are because they don't need, or they're not, their level is not dependent on, like it scales off of your own level after a certain point. Most of the monsters, almost all the monsters in World Tier 3 are going to be like level 55 or above. But this is like the one place where that's not the case, I think.
I'm not ready yet.
Like the monsters in strongholds are like level 30, so they have the stats of what level 30 would look like. Wow, okay, they all just died there. Yeah, the one complaint I have about this stronghold is all these prisoners that just get annoying after a while. Oh, please help. No. Oh yeah, and of course this resplendent chest. They changed this. I know in PTR this didn't give all like now it gives sacred items, but before it didn't give sacred items. But yeah, now the fact that it gives sacred items is great. Like that means that every time you do this run, you can get sacred items, and you're just gearing up for when you reach level 35, which is really the benchmark for this world tier, right? Yeah, as soon as you get sacred items, everything just becomes way easier. But again, like I'm doing enough damage. Yeah, damage. Oh wow, see that's what I'm talking about. 8,000 damage on that on an overpower. But yeah, damage is really not the problem. It's really just an issue of I don't have enough. Sorry, right back there. But yeah, it's not really an issue of lack of damage. It really is an issue of like I can't survive a lot of these. I think they appear out of nowhere here, right? Yep. There we are. I think up this way there's a pack. I'll hurricane them. I know there's a Druid Expert. Oh, wait, what? There's no pack here? There's usually a pack here. I'll ignore these monsters. I don't want to get off the horse. Here we are. I did lose my Terra motes, but that's okay.
I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, I mean, it does make like a very big difference not having Terra motes because it's like 50% less damage off that alone. Oh, dead. Okay. So, again, it's like 1 level per run of this, and I think it's like, I haven't timed it, but it's like 2 to 3 minutes per run. So, yeah. Approaching level 35. Just another 5 runs and hit level 35, and then the question really at that point becomes, do I want to try my hand at Helltide, or do I want to go try to see if I can have a go at Elias? I got the recipe for getting more fire res, but then an issue that I'll have will be that I don't have enough life. Even if I have enough damage, like every monster will just kill me in one hit,
I'm not ready.
unless the gear that I get in the next couple levels is going to be like insanely good. There we are.
I must wait a moment.
Yeah, no aspects needed in the stronghold, though. Again, like this is probably the place I'd recommend if somebody did end up here earlier than they're supposed to be, but even that is ooh. Druidic Spirit Offering. Yeah, I should remember to turn these in too. I'm getting very close to the point where I can get unlock the snake boons. Okay, I'll just have this. Again, all of these are sacred, so I'm gonna wait. I'm just gonna keep picking them up, and then I'll cycle through all of them at once when I make it to level 35.
I need more spirit.
Yeah, they actually do quite a bit of damage at this point. Like I can feel the It's funny too because these runs that I'm doing right now, I'm still using the same equipment from when I was level 20. And I haven't really been able to upgrade. Because the reward, all the items that drop in World Tier 3 now are sacred items. Because they're sacred items, that means like I can't upgrade any of my gear until level 35 anyway.
I must wait a moment.
Which also probably means that, again, like, yeah, trying to wait until you're at least level 30 or 35 to run the capstone. I feel like 35 is a good number, honestly. Like, if I was able to pull off what I did at level 30, and the only thing I was not able to... Like, the only place I had to really admit defeat at was the Curator. It's always the Curator that determines whether or not, like, I can get into the next world tier, right? So, all the prep work that I do is usually... for the Cathedral of Light, I mean, is... It's all about single target. Okay, 1 second here. There. Okay, I'm gonna hit level 32 this run, I think. Was that like a full level?
I need more spirit.
No, maybe I'm just a little short from level 32. There we are.
Evil is done.
Not quite one full level, but we're getting there. Yeah. Right.
I'm not ready yet.
So we're starting this off level 31.
I'm not ready yet.
There we are. Yeah. You know what? Maybe I should actually boost this thing, Endless Tempest. That might be nice for a little bit. That kind of deviates from what my build guide says to do, but I think right now I don't really need damage. I just need my Hurricane to last longer. There we are.
I'm not ready yet.
There we are. Ow.
I must wait
Ow,
a
ow, ow.
moment.
So much CC. This is why having Earthen Bulwark or... either Earthen Bulwark or the Trample, there you go. Those give Unstoppable, so I could break out of CC with those, but I don't have enough slots in my bar. And I can't really replace anything. I guess if I were to replace something, I'd get rid of either Ravens or... Well, yeah, probably Ravens, actually, but then... Part of the premise behind having...
Wouldn't have made it without you.
Well, yeah, part of the premise of me having this character is that I'm supposed to be using this thing.
I'm not ready yet.
I think I figured it out, actually. you'd probably want to imprint. Yeah, you'd probably want to imprint like this aspect, shepherds, into not your weapon, but probably like a ring or something that has lower item power. You probably wouldn't have anything in your weapon because weapon has high. Weapon has the or is supposed to have the highest item power, or well, the item power actually matters the most there. So, um, since you want your weapon to have higher item power, that also means that it's going to cost more to imprint stuff onto it. But that's not the case for like rings and amulets. Like you could have like a plain Jane rare ring, and you can still. There we go. Yeah, so you can have like a plain Jane rare ring, like with 100 item power, and imprint something onto it, and it would still. Well, yeah, I mean the cost wouldn't be ridiculously high, and you would still be able to get the bonuses. So, yeah.
Your evil is done.
Anyway, yeah, there you go. There's another full level, more than a level actually, a little more than one level. So another 2 runs of this, and I'll be able to use sacred items at level 35, and then I'll probably attempt to do Elias for fun. But yeah, this is one of those builds where I think that running Elias at level 35 is a dubious proposal at best. And also,
I must wait a moment.
I would probably be able to take it if I temper everything, but if somebody else... I mean, I probably will run it with all my tempers,
I'm not ready.
like the best possible tempers I can think of, but if it's somebody else, like, that wants to try to emulate the same thing that I'm doing right now, yeah. And they, like this is like if this is like a first character, right? Like you probably wouldn't want to use tempering, let's just say, or you probably wouldn't have enough materials to temper stuff with. So you wouldn't be able to do what I'll probably try and do, which is I'm gonna like temper everything with like fire res and uh, the best things I can come up with, just so I could take on the Elias fight and beat World Tier 3 as quickly as I can. Yeah.
Light above. The stench. How long have they worshipped this corpse? You've trespassed into the temple!
Here we are. Wait. Oh, there's a path here. Oh, wait, no, this is the usual path I go through, yeah. Okay, well, I guess I should probably get off my horse and do something then.
I must wait a moment.
Alright.
I beg you!
Here we are.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, wait, what am I doing? I don't have any aspects. I was like trying to set up to hit him with everything, but I don't even need to do that. Remax that out.
I'm not ready yet. I'm out of spirit.
Yeah, might as well just generate spirit. Yeah,
Your evil
kill him there.
is done.
Nice. Alright, and then I'll leave. And this will probably be the last run I need to do, and then I'll make it to level 34 and like 80%. And yeah, I'll just run into Helltide or something to get the last level, or kill like a couple monsters. Amazing. Yeah. So, where do I usually put the rest of my points into anyway? I gotta take a look at the build planner. I didn't memorize anything past this. Oh, you know what? I didn't actually finish the build planner for skills because these are all the points that I'm supposed to have put into my stats. Now it's just freebies, actually. Uh, like I can go and get this for more crit strike damage and go from there, or I can like get this stone guard for more multiplicative damage modifiers, and even these, yeah, resonance and the likes. But I think right now I need as much survivability as I can. So let's do this one. Wait, no. That one's, again, I don't have any defensive skills. I think I need to redo this build. Like, I just don't, uh, yeah, I should have Shepherd's Aspect somewhere, but maybe not the weapon. Just, like, put it on, like, the first ring, like, low item power, but, I mean, I don't know, I'll have to think about that a little bit more. Fortify you for 3%. Uh, sure, this one, Stone Guard.
I'm not ready yet.
Alright, let's go. Here we are. Or Druidic Spirit Offerings.
I must wait a moment.
Yeah, Hurricane's damage increases as time goes on too, so that's kind of nice.
I'm not ready yet.
There we are.
I beg you!
I beg you! I must wait a moment. I must wait a moment.
Okay. I should be able to survive, right? These guys are just painful when they explode with all that poison damage.
You've trespassed into the temple!
Dead. Trespass into the what?
He's the devourer.
Not for long.
I can smell your
What I should have done here is I should have just put on the I should have just put on the Elixir of Iron Barbs on this run, because I'm probably not gonna leave the game after this one.
I'm not
Probably just gonna go in a different area. Are there any monsters that I missed? I think that is all of them, right? It's really too bad. Or is there the ambush here? Did I step out? Oh, I know there's some monsters here. Okay.
I'm not ready yet.
Okay, so that is... like most of them, and yeah, I just want to hit level 35. I don't want to go in a different location. That's why I'm kind of like looking for other stuff to
I
kill.
must wait a moment.
I want to make sure that, yeah, like this is it. Oh, I think I might just barely make it to level 35, like just perfectly in this run. He's also gone progressively tougher to kill on each run too, I realize. Because the monsters scale higher. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice, I leveled. Okay, now I can put this on. Okay, now let's see what happens. Just how much more damage I do.
You're evil.
Wait, what? I didn't even see the damage numbers. Okay, well. 2,900 damage base. 1,500 damage base. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I just barely managed to hit 35, and I didn't want to have to go and go all the way back and try and find one more thing to kill in like different locations. So, right. Let's actually take a look at what we are using now, or what we have access to. So this one is a no-brainer. I would definitely use that. Bonus points if there's armor on the items. Resistance to all elements. Yeah, here we go. See, like, I could do like a before and after, I guess, but here, hold on. Well, nah, there's no need to do that. I think that's a little too much work. Okay. You know, I'll do it for fun here. So this is what we were using before, right? Yeah, so this is what we were using before. 2,000 armor. We have like all these items that were here. I can go through them one by one. So, okay. So these are what our stats were before, but when we hit level 35, so this is what we had, right? DR, like some armor, like max life, like most of these are just junk items. I don't even really think they're worth any sort of discussion. Here, here, and here. And then now that I'm at level 35, I can replace my armor for additional 500 armor. This one gives all resistances. Very nice. I will have to sift through my weapons in a bit. I'm going to lose out on plus wolves, but I gain 400 armor here. And I can re-roll, I guess, thorns or lucky hit chance. And this ring gives max life, but it also gives a lot more resistance to all elements and lightning res. So I would have to sub this one out. Ideally, I want like better jewelry too. And here we go. Here's just trying to think which one's better. The one that I'm currently using right now, or the Protecting Archon Helm. No, I'll take Protecting Archon Helm because it has life per second, and I think that's just more useful than the modifiers that Visceral Mask provides. Even if this mask gives a little bit more armor. All right. Oh, and here's a. Oh, this was my old ring. Okay, what about these boots? Oh yeah, right. No, this is a straight upgrade. I get max life and I also get fire resist. So that one's a no-brainer as well. This one gives willpower, which would be more damage, but yeah, I need the life and I need the fire resist. This one, yeah, again, I don't really need that one. Willpower and spirit on kill. All right, so now it's just a comparison between weapons. So far, the best one I've seen is this one. It's got willpower and life. This one got a ton more damage. It's got a ton more life too, actually. This one only gives 290. This one gives 460. So probably this one's the best option. This one gives willpower max life. This one gives just raw willpower. I could also take this aspect and slam it on one of my other pieces of equipment too. But yep, 651, 659, 632. So this one's hands down the best option of all my pieces of equipment that I've shown here. Get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of this too. Well, I mean, these were my former gear, or will be former gear. So yeah, now I'm sitting at 3,000 armor, which is a lot more than I had before, but it probably isn't anywhere near enough to take on Elias. I would need to go to the Occultist, and I'd actually have to enchant off some of the rolls on my gear. So let's do that. I'm gonna go to Kyovashad real quick. We're done with Temple of Rot. And then maybe try to imprint aspects and whatnot too. And another thing too, I have a bunch of obols. I mean, I know a lot of these are carried over, right? But if I didn't burn obols to try and test some stuff out, I would have some obols, and I
Are
could
they built
actually
to
just
rock?
come over here and then look at my equipment. Oh wow, I didn't find an extra set of pants, so now I'm gonna
Very nice.
gamble. Sacred rare
But
pants. Wow, this one has max
incredible.
life. It has willpower. I mean, it can't ask for much better than that. I mean, resistances would be ideal, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, wow. See, you could just save your obols, and then if you've just made it into World Tier 3, just gamble for all the stuff you need, and then do the same thing in World Tier 4. Because everything's pretty much guaranteed, I think, to be sacred now, right? Let me see. Do I have anything else that's non-sacred? Yeah, ring and amulet. Sure, let's get one for each of those.
I
Boom.
feel
Sacred ring,
left
sacred
out.
amulet. This one's got fire res and all res. See, that's tons better than what I'm rocking right now. This one's got fire res too. At this one, I'm actually overstacked like crazy on fire res. I don't need that much fire res. Just so happened everything rolled into fire res, but sure, whatever. Shadow res would be better right now, I would say. But I mean, see, just this alone, I'm like maxed out, especially with that passive ancestral fortitude. Was it? I've got 2 points. Okay, let's actually start gearing up for the capstone dungeon. Ancestral fortitude there. I have 1300 life. I'm gonna attempt the capstone dungeon, but I'm pretty sure I'll just get walloped. It's not even gonna be a contest. Like, I stand no chance. At least if I made it to level 40, I could actually stuff skulls into my jewelry. That would be something to consider. I mean, like, I can already put chipped skulls, but that's like only 75 armor. If I use these skulls, I get 225. 225 in 3 of these plus Iron Barb Elixir. That would give me an additional 1,000 armor. Then I could probably handle it at level 40. Uh, but yeah, just for fun. I can try. Oh, I'm going to try it now. Actually, no, this is the wrong thing. I'm actually supposed to be using amethysts in this case because my equipment already gives me ridiculously high fire resist. Movement speed and fire resist. Okay, so now it's a question of enchanting, and well, I'll enchant after I imprint the right
What do you need?
things. Tempering. Uh, actually, what's Earth Finesse? Earth, yeah, no, it's only Earth damage there, but all the rolls on Natural Finesse can be useful. That's why I like Natural Finesse. I don't even need any of the legendary material, Abstruse Sigils. Like, it's still Veiled Crystals, just for tempering. Okay. So it's actually relatively cheap. And, of course, you have a lot of things you can salvage, so never really have to worry too much about that. Oh yeah, maybe this is why I'm not doing as much damage as I was expecting. A plain damage roll is okay. Also damage roll, sure. At this point, I'll take it. Damage. And then, yeah, like, I also got that recipe before for natural, oh man, I don't remember the names. The all res one. Yeah, natural resistance, right? Like, I could slap that onto my stuff too, just so I can max out my shadow res or any other res, like lightning res, sure, if I really want to do that. Um, but yeah, okay. 1350 on. Oh yeah, that's why I'm 1350 on life. Is because I haven't thrown this on yet, and I haven't even didn't even attempt to temper on it yet. So this is gonna be fun. Let's see, what did we get? Damage to close. Okay, in the first try too. Let's get out of here. I don't even want to look at that anymore. Enchant. 2 spirit on kill. That is definite a reroll. For willpower is the big one. No. Oh yeah, there we go, willpower. But I also just noticed that the enchant cost on this is ridiculously high. It's like 400k. Yeah, probably. I don't know. There's a lot to keep track of. Like, if I ever want to make like a guide for this build, which I don't even know uh how I feel about. Like, I'm not even rocking shepherds a lot of the time because, yeah, again, I'm like kind of being mindful of material costs. So, impairment reduction. See, I can try to roll that off. Let's. Oh, did it? Yeah, it is a little expensive, but still, sure. Life per second. No, we'll do willpower. Poison resist. Okay. Yeah. I got lucky. A lot of my other equipment is just plain. Uh, they have like useful modifiers, almost all of them. Okay, well, now the last thing is imprinting. Okay, so what how much will this give me? All right, I'm gonna try the capstone dungeon without imprints again, and then see just how badly it goes, and we'll go from there. Yeah, I don't think I stand a chance here, but we'll see. Okay. 3,300 armor. I mean, I can boost that just a little bit higher, but not by much.
I need more time.
70, like 2,000 life, yeah. I would not attempt this before sacred items, ever. Okay. Alright, so let's go over my stats here. Or my gear.
Cursed. This place is cursed.
Okay, hold on. I just realized something. I'm doing this all wrong. I gotta back out. Uh, Wait, no. I gotta back out because I just remembered there's... I haven't actually turned in my, oh, man, these are annoying. There we go. Yeah, there's no way I survive against cannibals later. They're just gonna one-shot me.
I need more time.
Let's see, how long has it been? We're like past the 3-hour mark. That's too bad. I was actually hoping for under 2. Well, under 2.5, actually, but Yeah, that's fine. I mean, we've done a lot of testing, though. That's the other part of this. That's one of the reasons these runs are taking as long as they are. Like, I'm actually actively trying to test what we need. There we go. Make offering. And then every 20th kill will cause my no overpower. 15% reduced damage from leads. I'll make a little bit short from that. If only I had like 5 more boons, I could have used that. That would have been great. Oh well. I guess I'll just use the wolf one then. There we are. And okay. Okay, so critical strikes can reduce or can reset my companion skills with unlucky hit too. So that's going to be from landslide. We have prickle skin, scythe, talons, no, avian wrath actually. So crit strike damage, and then this one will cause my earth skills to overpower. So that's going to be for the fight against Elias. I'm going to prep my stuff to one shot him. Not even one shot, but just do a lot of damage. All right.
I need more time.
I'm gonna mute this. I'm gonna mute myself, and then I'm gonna give this a spin and try to finish on the first try so that I don't have to come back here and record it, if it's possible, but I doubt it. So, yeah, I'll see you all at the end, I guess. Hopefully we can finish this soon.
I need time to do that.
Cursed. This place is cursed.
time to do that. I'm not ready yet.
Okay. Yeah, there's just no way. I think, like, I might be able to survive that, but man, I think that my gear is kind of lacking, and well, I do have to head out actually, or I gotta take a bit of a break here. I'll come back later, and then I'll try to finish this run. But yeah, so far it's been interesting. I've learned a lot, and it's been a lot more challenging playing this build than I expected. Also, one other thing to point out, I've been trying to run this with no aspects. Again, like, and I'm actually perfectly okay handling it on no aspects. Again, it's just really a survivability issue. I would like to get, I don't know, I'll think about it, but I want another couple levels before I try this again, perhaps. But yeah, I got a jet for now, so kind of abrupt, but again, it's been fun. I will continue this. Oh, you're still here. I'm surprised. I didn't realize you've been here, like, even now, since no one said anything in chat. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you too, Hoodie. I hope you have a good day too. I am going to continue this a little later, so. All right. I'm a lurker for sure. No, all good, all good. I mean, you gave me some very valuable insight. Like, I've always been wondering, like, because I did all these, sorry, give me 2 seconds, okay? Uh, yeah, okay. So what I was saying was, you gave me some very valuable insight on this commentary, like whether or not I should commentate or not. And I like, if there's people who've made it up to this point, I'd like to hear people's thoughts because, yeah, the commentary I get adds insight, but some people, again, just want to have like plain Jane or gameplay without commentary, and I'm all for either one. Just would like to know which one people like or don't like. That's really the bottom line. For sure, I think it's good. Yeah, man, thanks. Okay, that's good to know because, yeah, like, I was kind of debating, like, should I just record this and just chill with it? I don't know. But then also, going into the first capstone dungeon and taking off all my equipment that had aspects and imprints on them doesn't really make much sense without me explaining what exactly it is I'm trying to do, I suppose. Like, I could leave it up to people to just figure it out, but I think this is better, I admit. All right. Well, Hoodie, also known as Kyle, I hope to see you again in the future. It was a lot of fun chatting with you. Really appreciate your support and the help. And yeah, next time I stream will hopefully be very soon, like probably later today. And then I can actually finish this and then try to upload it. So take care. I'll see you soon.